During an audience gathering at the Vatican, Pope Leo XIV met with members of the College of Writers and collaborators of the journal Civiltà Cattolica. He reflected on the role of journalists in a world marked by challenges and contradictions.
Ciò che scrivete può aiutare i vostri lettori a comprendere meglio la società complessa in cui viviamo, valutando le potenzialità e debolezze, nella ricerca di quei segni dei tempi alla cui attenzione ci ha richiamato il Concilio Vaticano II.
He mentioned that media should always be a voice for the poor and the excluded, as well as messengers of hope, as the world increasingly turns in on itself.
Si tratta di opporsi all'indifferentismo di chi rimane insensibile agli altri, il loro legittimo bisogno di futuro, come pure di vincere la delusione di chi non crede più nella possibilità di intraprendere nuove vie.
This is not the first time Pope Leo has spoken out about the importance of journalism and its role in shaping society. His first public meeting was with hundreds of journalists, in which he called directly for the release of journalists imprisoned around the world.
Permettetemi allora di ribadire oggi la solidarietà della Chiesa ai giornalisti incarcerati per aver cercato a raccontare la verità.
Oh, dog, get out the way.
E con queste parole anche chiedere la liberazione di questi giornalisti.
This topic is particularly relevant as conversations surrounding freedom of speech and freedom of the press are challenged in countries across the globe.
For a limited time at McDonald's, get a Big Mac extra value meal for $8. That means 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, and medium fries, and a drink. We may need to change that jingle.
Prices and participation may vary.
What are you looking for, Smoke?
Some Barker's cats.
Yesterday, we had a thing on the Parkway. Something about Philly, we love our drum lines. We called it our filter. The only people who got in to see, like, the first 2 days were all these super important invitations, like the important people in Philadelphia got to see Calder Gardens, and I got to see them all queuing up to get in, and they had a big whoop-de-doo about Calder Gardens opening up this weekend. I don't get to see it until Wednesday, because So I gotta wait. Just like the song says, I gotta wait. But they had a big thing yesterday, Saturday, on the Parkway. It was a big thing. It was sort of a performance art thing with drum lines, competing drum lines. They had two. They had one on the front end and one on the back end. And I'll show you what that was like here. Drumline time. Yeah, we love our drum lines. Say, Fran, why is this shot in vertical format? Well, it's shot in vertical format because I figured that it would make a good short. So
Izzy, baby, the next time I hear that, you're done playing with your sister.
Got the drum line on? Yeah, we love drum lines.
Yeah, it's too much, dude. That's no. The screaming and the crying, it's no.
16 people.
Yeah, no, baby.
And as a performance thing, because there was and it started Love Park, and then it kind of went up the Parkway, and had a couple stops along the way.
No, love you, baby. You're crying nonstop.
And made its way to 23rd Street, to a little park area.
You're being too bossy, Izzy.
Where the Summer Orchestra played a live show. Little Summer Orchestra. They do 3 shows, like they do public shows. There's in Philly, it's sort of one of the ways, the best way to see them. Marshall Allen was there, 101 years old. There's no audio here, no audio. Because
Yeah, I'm doing something so wrong here.
Marshall Allen and the Summer Orchestra, great for like an hour. It was great. But there were some issues, not with the band.
Oh, ow.
Great. It was excellent. But, these public things in Philadelphia, it's getting kind of weird. There are things that people should be concerned about, but they're not. There was a thing starting at the Parkway with the people, we were marching up the Parkway going to the show. There were drones. There were several drones that followed the crowd. And I don't mean from like a healthy distance. I mean that were hovering 3 feet to 4 feet above the crowd the whole way, doing surveillance. I was so distraught by this. So this is, here's one of them above the crowd. And the drones, they stayed like hovering. This is actually the highest it got, like 10 feet. But this one, when we were actually at the show, this drone was hovering like 3 feet above people's heads, and it stayed there almost the whole show, like right above the crowd. And it would kind of migrate around here, there, go up, down, only like a foot. It came down as low as like 3 feet above people's heads, and then went up to about 6 feet above people's heads, and it just surveilled around, totally Blade Runner, for half the show. And I was just so upset about it. For one thing, it's illegal. You're not allowed to idle over crowds with a drone, period. It's illegal. I was so upset about this. When I was in the parade route and the drones were following people, I went up to one of the cops and I said, whose drone is that? And he says, I don't know. I said, well, don't you know it's against the law to fly a drone over a crowd? And the cop says, I don't know anything about the law. We don't know anything about the laws with drones or anything like that. That's not our job. The cop says that. He says, you're going to find someone in charge and complain to them. I said, well, I'm complaining to you. He said, you're not worried about that? He says, it's not my job. I said, thank you, officer. And then when we got to the show and there was another drone, there were 2 different drones. There were 2 different sizes, 2 different types. And I found someone who was working the show, because the show had they had their own kind of, I'm not going to say security, but they were kind of wrangling the crowd. And I asked if they were helping the show. And I said, well, the drone here, is that yours? Are you flying that drone? And they said, well, no, that's not ours. I said, is it the cops? And they said, I don't know. I said, well, isn't this concerning to you? I said, first of all, it's illegal. Second of all, it's not safe. Third of all, it's surveillance, and you should care. And then by this time, there's like 2 others come by, and they're all staring at me, looking at me like deer in the headlights, and I'm urging them to care about the drone. And the one of them says, well, it's not ours, and I'm not a pig, and, you know, it's not my job. I said, oh, you're not a pig? I said, what? I said, so you literally don't care? He says, no, it's not that I don't care, but I'm not a pig. I said, man, what does that mean? It means, like, what are you doing? You know, if your job is safety of the crowd, and you've got unknown surveillance drones, like, 3 feet over the head of the crowd, and you don't do anything about it, well, literally, what is your job? So yeah, I was really disturbed about this, and I thought, is this the present future that everyone accepts? Surveillance from the sky? Everyone's just like, oh yeah, surveillance drones.
No, she was hungry.
Hey, surveillance drones. Ooh, keeping you safe through surveillance.
Careful, I'm saving your words here.
And I realized that, you know, there's a generational thing. Yeah, okay, I get it, you know. It's a hippie mentality. The cops hassle the kids, and anything dealing with the law is the cops, and we don't care about the law. But I thought, you know, I mean, is it that much of an anarchist youth culture? Are they really anarchists? Do they really not care about what people do? Like it's like, or is it about the idea that they're so afraid of confrontation that even if their job is security, if something's really bad's going on, they just, I'm like, it's got to be like so bad. But then, you know, at what point do they overcome their fear of intervention to overcome fear of like mortal danger? I mean, where's the line of where they actually would do something about something? Is it really that they're so afraid?
Event, huh?
I mean, what I did is I was so perturbed about this that when the drone left the area, I followed the drone. And I saw it get snatched by a dude, a very young guy, who had a whole bunch of gear on, and he very quickly put all the gear and the drone in a pack, got on a bike, and rode off.
That's what I'm doing right now.
And everyone's fine with this.
Yeah.
I'm not. I actually stopped flying my drone because it got to be a real hassle.
What's wrong with the cola plate?
I mean, if you're flying a drone legally, there are lots of restrictions. I mean, in the city, you really can't even do it, except for very specific areas and only at very specific altitudes.
I got
and only
you.
Under very specific conditions.
It's sucking its soul
I got
away.
so pissed of walking around the city and seeing
the machine
drones zipping around the sidewalks
the machine,
and flying
man.
up sides of buildings and stuff.
It'll eat your heart and soul.
And you know,
Leave
basically
you
I
an
found out that the cops will do zero drone enforcement, which I guess I should be happy about that. I should just fire up my drone and just fly it wherever the hell I want, however the hell I want. But I just won't do that. You know, I'm a stickler for the rules. Yeah, this is the other thing. Sun Ra show. It was, you know, all the family shows. There were a lot of kids there, a lot of little kids, small kids, and so parents were up close to the band, with their 2-year-old on their shoulder, like above their head, right next to the speaker stack. And I very carefully looked at every single one of these kids that these parents were holding up, and not a single one of them, not one, had ear protection. No earplugs, no earphones, no ear protection, and these deaf parents are putting their 2-year-olds on their shoulders with a loud, amplified, all brass and percussion show, just jumping up and down with their kid right in front of the speaker at 100 decibels. I see this every time I'm at a show. The younger generation, they don't care about hearing at all, and so they're raising a generation of deaf kids that are deaf before they even get into grade school, because their parents love loud live music and take their kids along, and they're already deaf. The adults are already deaf and they already can't hear, so they put their kids up there, 100 decibels, 120 decibels.
Was our problem in music class.
And they make their kids
our
deaf
parents
before they're even
deafened us
in grade
before
school.
we were even in school.
It blows my mind.
By playing loud music. No,
you know, for my generation,
my family likes loud music,
because
but I don't
really
think
just,
that loud.
Unless you live next to a jackhammer testing factory, they're just really
I know. Well, it's that if your fucking fine ear shit has been killed, that's why you can't tell the difference between notes. You're deaf, motherfucker.
In the 60s and 70s, you know. By the time we got to the 80s, as teenagers, we were all losing losing our hearing.
So yeah,
because
or whatever, your
headphones,
cone or
guitar
whatever got
amplifiers,
damaged,
that's
dude.
how
Yeah.
I lost most of my hearing.
Wow.
Not to be
Standing
bad,
next
but yeah.
to a
But I didn't go to like
very, very
they're
loud
talking
guitar
like concert,
amplifier,
but there was loud
for
shit
many,
everywhere
many,
back.
many,
There were
many,
power
many, many,
tools were
many
loud,
hours.
dude.
My
Through my
parents
youth.
in their 20s.
But
man.
How many
it's just
times did
unnecessary
your ears
for
ring?
kids to lose
Can
their
you remember
hearing
as a
because their
kid doing
parents are
something to where
stupid.
like your ears were
And
ringing?
Don't know.
when I go to
I mean,
shows,
quite
I
a few
go to
fireworks,
places like,
car,
at the
like
big
guns,
venues. If it was an all-ages
like
show,
I just-
whether it was
I just know I
World
remember
Cafe
a lot
or
of really
Electric
loud
Factory
parties.
or
I
loud
remember
music.
TLA
I
or
remember
anything else. If it was
speakers
an all-ages show,
shut
there
on
would be
the
kids
floor.
there, and there
Yep.
would be the young parents with their kids right up front,
Who knows? Maybe,
holding up
maybe.
their kids right up to the speaker stacks.
You're not blaming all
Follow that train.
I just,
Get me close,
this
DJ.
freaking world, these people, it's just the priorities. It's just, man, I'm just freaking, there's no hope. There's no hope for this species. The next generation will be deaf before they're even in their teens.
Oh, what was
So, yeah,
that?
that
Oh,
was
it's the
my
gas.
dramatic
Oh,
Saturday.
that's not good.
It's sad because I really, really wanted to listen to the Sunrise.
I don't think this
All
is
we
good.
had to do was follow
Really
the
just
Oh my
damn
gosh,
train,
I
DJ.
keep
but
failing
I
this
found
mission,
it
bro.
impossible between the crowd and the drones and the security people not giving a fuck, and just I was so overwhelmed by the disappointment in my fellow humans that I was just disgusted. Not by the band, but by everything that was not the band. And of course, the kids will say, you're one of those get off my lawn boomers.
Too small.
Boomer.
Really? Is that what I am? Is that really what this is about? Because really what it boiled down to is when I complained to the cop and when I complained to the event security, it became very clear within seconds that the drones were not the problem, that the crowd was not the problem. I was the problem. I was the only problem at the show. Me. I was the only problem. And they made that abundantly clear, that I, not the drone, not all these other things,
Some buggers.
Fran is the problem.
You got a drink?
Message received, loud and clear.
Follow that train.
And, yeah, that's sort of, that's exactly
Roll up on him, DJ. So I
where I
can get a
am in
shot.
the world right now. Fran, problem. Yes, I'm the problem and I need to go away. Message received. Aye, sir. You gotta go away.
Oh, I almost got on the train. What?
Go berserk. In my life.
Come on, maybe we can catch it. No, we can't.
The feel of the rain on my face, there's a rain on my lips.
Oh, fuck. Oh, another train.
Put the sun in this heart of my heart, put the smile on my face every time, 'cause I love the rainy night.
I have no idea what I'm looking at here.
Take the high road on the right, DJ. Look the fuck out, DJ, the train.
Dude!
At the bench. Again.
No, it's just no control. There's no control.
All we had to do was follow the damn
It's
train,
not me,
DJ.
dude. There's a certain point where it's just not you, dude. It's just fuck. Dude.
Come on, Nintendo. you can be better than this.
Fucking doing
Your
this
games
mission
are
over and over and
always
over until
top-notch,
you
but
stroke it,
some of
until
your
you play the
business
notes
practices
the right way,
are always
dude. Fuck.
questionable and leave
Press the
something to be
keys the right
desired.
way. Jesus
Mario Kart
Christ,
World
dude.
being $80 kind of set off a chain
No,
of
it's
events
all
as
about
led to the
how
whole
much of your
industry
time
raising
is
prices
going
for
to
games.
consume.
But then with the Nintendo's
Just
own slate
always
of
come,
things,
and I
we're
guess
looking
the
at
better
situations
you are,
that
the
are
less time.
just, I mean, it just leaves a bad
of
taste in
yours,
people's mouths.
less
Starting with what they're doing with Mario
just
Galaxy.
content stretching.
Now, Mario
I'm pretty
Galaxy
sure, dude,
is
it's
one of
just
the best
stretching
games ever
content.
made. And Mario Galaxy 2 somehow
I'm
even
pretty sure.
surpassed
What's
it in many ways.
Could be wrong.
But these are games that came out a long time ago. Super Mario Galaxy 1 came out on the Wii back in November 12th, 2007. And then Mario Galaxy 2 came out back in May 23rd, 2010. We're talking about games that are anywhere from 15 to 18 years old. And one of the things that Nintendo's trying to do with these games is re-release them. And we saw Mario Galaxy 1 release
It's like
for
this.
that
Sometimes I wish
3D
I could just
All-Stars
put it on
package
autopilot, dude.
that was sold for the
No, I
Nintendo
wish I
Switch,
could.
but
My
for a
AI
limited
guy.
time,
Where's,
it
I wish I
included
could
Mario
just get my
64,
AI
Mario
guy.
Sunshine,
Here,
and
dude, you take
Mario
over for a
Galaxy.
little bit.
There was a bundle that was priced at $60.
Drive me back to the safe house. I'm gonna go brush my teeth, go to the bathroom. I'm gonna make some coffee. Will you guys work this out? All right. And then we're ready to actually proceed again in the narrative.
But they're also bringing Mario Galaxy 2 into the
When
fray.
intermission.
And these
Call
two
me when
games
intermission
combined,
is over.
They are being priced at $70, which is a full price AAA game. And these are games that are, again, 15 to 18 years old. And if you buy them individually, you're going to have to pay $40 per game. So if you haven't gotten either of these and you want to play them on the Switch 2, your best bet is to get it via this bundle that is $10 cheaper than if you were to buy them separately for $40 each. That will make them $80 instead of the bundle $70. But the argument is that regardless of the quality of these games, they are as old as they are. They came out 15 to 18 years ago. To price them at $70, even for that bundle, it's just not something that people are about. People feel like that price point should be significantly lower. I mean, you look at some of the recent remasters and remakes. You look at games like Oblivion Remastered. Say what you want about Bethesda, but they actually priced this really well. They actually nailed the pricing on this because it's the same game, but with, upped graphics and resolution and frame rate and all these things. And they sold this for $50, despite how comprehensive this remaster was, to a point where you could label it a remake because the graphics overhaul is that significant, and they made some choice gameplay additions. And a more recent example, and I know I may be biased on this given my involvement with the series, is Yakuza Kiwami 3, but I feel like I'd be saying this even if I wasn't involved in this franchise. This is a remake of Yakuza 3, but beyond the fact that they not only just enhanced the graphics of Yakuza 3, but also made a ton of additions and overhauls to the title, it also comes with a secondary, just entire game almost, called Dark Tides, which tells the story of the antagonist, Mine, and his origin story. And both of these come bundled in one package that is $60. Not only is this a more comprehensive overhaul of the original game, it also comes with a whole-ass new campaign, and it's still bundled for less than Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 put together at $70. And those are games that, again, are not only 15 to 18 years old, but it's not this whole-ass remake. And, they did add a couple features here and there, like an assist mode and whatnot, but nothing to the point where you would associate that as a game that's worth $70.
They used right
there. The general sentiment, which is why if you go to the comment section right here of the announcement of Mario Galaxy 1
it gets vulgar, dude. This is vulgar and disgusting.
Ratio
repetitive fucking game
favorable, and the comment section are not particularly kind. Saying things like in space, there's no gravity for the price to drop. I'm so glad Nintendo let us watch this for free without paying $70. Comments are all criticizing the price point. Enter my magical world of Space of Wonder. Okay, Mario.
Good old-fashioned video gaming, bro. Run back
Make
to
it
the
$40
fucking mission
because it's the 40th anniversary.
Or whatever. Go back to the start of the challenge, the boss, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
If they added a bunch of new content gameplay features.
Run it again.
It is ultimately just a resolution uplift, a performance uplift. And that just
There we
doesn't warrant the full
go.
price point
Do it
that this
again.
game,
Take
this
all my
bundle
soul.
is charging.
There you go.
That's certainly
Yeah,
the
I've seen
general
this
sentiment.
18 fucking
If you look at
times
what the
now.
community feedback has
Here
been.
we
Great
go.
games, but
Hopefully
crazy
I can
prices
do it right
today.
this time
These games
somehow.
were $40 for the re-release on the
Hopefully
Wii U.
hey,
Galaxy 1 was
easy
hard,
baby.
$60
Quit
for the
feeding
game
off
bundle
me,
on
please.
Switch. Now you got to pay $40 for each. Feels like modern Nintendo is completely
See,
off
you
the
didn't,
block.
I guess because I'm going
personally have to
uphill.
agree on that front.
Because you're going uphill, dude.
This particular pack. And then there's the fact that those who already purchased the free All-Stars bundle that was $6 and included Galaxy 1 will have to repurchase Mario Galaxy 1 in order to get all
I
the
can't
enhancements.
drive
People
straight.
who purchase the free All-Stars seemingly don't get all of the additional elements.
I can't drive straight, dude.
The better performance, the little
Yeah, on that shit right there, you can't
they don't
drive
get
so
that
tight.
for free. They have to rebuy Galaxy once more. And you can buy Galaxy 2 separately for $40 and you still have Galaxy 1 with the All-Stars. But that means that the experience you get is Galaxy 2 running at full resolution, full performance, taking advantage of the Switch 2 hardware, while Galaxy 1 runs like a Switch 1 game. And so you get this dichotomy of experience that wouldn't be the case if Nintendo at least provided a free update or a free upgrade for people who own the All-Stars, so that it's in line with
He doesn't kill any of them, dude.
Galaxy 1 and 2 for the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. So that's one area where Nintendo has recently faced backlash over what many people feel is just a bit of a greedy and unnecessarily stingy move. And then you've got Pokemon Legends ZA. This is a highly anticipated title due to the fact that, battles happen in real time and it's, that open world experience. But with that said, Nintendo recently announced a DLC. And this is a DLC that's being announced prior to the game's launch.
Get off the bike.
Price point too.
Get off the bike. Put the gun in your hand.
The Mega Dimension DLC that pushes the price of owning every new Mega Evolution to $100 on the Nintendo Switch 2.
No, all that right there, dude, would not get off the bike, would not fucking switch weapons.
It basically comes with new story content,
like,
as well as
it's
new
pretty
Mega
bad
Evolutions.
when you can
So, for example,
tell it, when you're trying to tell it what to do. When you can literally like, hey, dude, you're ignoring me here, bro.
Starter Pokemon Delphox, Chestnut, and Greninja. Their Mega Evolutions
Let's go look it up, I guess, see what we're fucking doing wrong. It'll be some weird thing, dude.
Small print revealing these will only be available post-launch as rewards for competing in online ranked battles, which require a Nintendo Switch online subscription. And these 3 Mega
I'll look it up, and everyone will be like, yeah, that was a motherfucker. Yeah, I hated that.
So you have to
yeah, you gotta do this, like this, and then do it like this.
In order to get
That's the only way you can beat it.
That is offered by this DLC. And that paired with the price point of the DLC being $30. And so we're looking at a package that the base price is essentially $100 to get the full breadth of content. To get all of the Mega Evolutions offered by this title, you have to pay $100 plus multiple months worth of subscription for the Switch Online. And we compare that price point to some of the most recent releases that are far more fleshed out and cost less, like Hollow Knight Silksong costing $20, or Hades 2 that's coming out soon costing $30. And Clay Obscure Expedition 33 being a full-fledged,
this is why I quit running the story part.
Game made at a AA level.
This right here, it's repetitive
$50.
over and over and over.
I mean, it's just it's inexcusable for something like this to cost $30 and to mandate that you pay for additional subscription, that it paywalls to the degree that it does. And that's why if you go to the video that announces this paid DLC, right here, Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension from the Nintendo Direct, you'll find also that the likes to dislikes ratio is not particularly favorable. In fact, it's significantly more unfavorable than even the Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 announcement. So scrolling through the comments, you'll find people complaining about aspects of this announcement, such as having a DLC before the actual release of the game is diabolical. We used to call that a post-game, not DLC. They have the audacity to open pre-orders for DLC with no gameplay footage for a game that hasn't even come out yet, so on and so forth. This is generally what top comments look like. Isn't Pokemon already the highest grossing multimedia franchise in the world? Is paid DLC before the game launch necessary? Absolutely not. That is definitely not something that is vital for Nintendo to keep the lights on. They're raking it in so hard right now with all of their successful releases that this is completely unnecessary. And yet, enough money isn't enough for them. They want all of the money. Some people are getting the impression that this DLC is basically deliberately cut content. And that's the risk you run into when you announce DLC this early and then you price it in a way where it's not a deal, and then you walk a lot of significant content behind that DLC after you've priced your games at essentially full AAA level. And then last but not least, we have the announcement of Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC. Now, Donkey Kong Bonanza is a fabulous game. Again, when it comes to like the production value and the quality and the creative boundaries that are pushed when it comes to Nintendo games, that stuff's always top-notch. But it's just these business moves that really highlights that Nintendo is ultimately a corporation run by suits who really want to rake it in ways that really make investors happy and in ways that are not necessary for them to, quote-unquote, keep the lights on, where, you know, it comes out on the consumer's end for them to continue paying extra for things that should have been included in the base package or that should have been priced significantly less. So right here we have the video itself, DK Islands plus Emerald Rush 8 DLC, available later today on Nintendo eShop as of the publishing of this video, which was back in September 12, 2025. And as you can see right here, the likes to dislikes ratio here is also not particularly favorable. I'm scrolling down more comments, just really expressing disdain over Nintendo's business strategies. I don't think anyone expected Bonanza to get DLC this early. And then furthermore, people realized once they got their hands on this DLC that it's a lot shorter than they expected. So comments saying things like, that'll be $20 for a DLC that'll last an hour or two. And given how shortly after Bonanza's launch this came out, people felt like this could have just been included in the game, or it could have just been like free additional content. So people are saying things like, honestly, it hurts to see this not be in the base game. These are what the top comments look like. And we got folks saying things like, if it was $5 or even $10, I think people would have been more okay with it, but $20 is crazy for something that should have been the normal post-game or a free update. That they should have added more content to the DLC. $20 is literally a fourth of the base price, but this DLC doesn't offer a fourth of that content. Honestly, I feel like if they added Donkey Kong or Funky Kong, they would be less complaining too. $20 and all. Point is, it needs to be cheaper or have more content.
Get off the bike.
And that generally seems to be the agreement with this particular DLC. Yeah, that's kind of been the trifecta of things that people have been discussing recently after the most recent Nintendo Direct, which showed off a lot of great games. And again, when it comes to the actual quality of games and the kinds of experiences you can get with Nintendo exclusive, that's always top-notch. But I just wish Nintendo would be less ruthless with some of their pricing models and their DLC models. I mean, they talk about how it's all about being family-friendly and accessible, but with these kinds of price points, especially with the current economy, it just feels like they are not really holding up to their ideals. And when all this is paired with the fact that Nintendo basically kickstarted the $80 era of video games, it's just really unfortunate that this is the stuff that plays Nintendo when they can have so much more loyalty and they have so much more goodwill and still maintain their business and still be incredibly successful. If they dial back on the way they do business here. They're companies who know that they can get away with doing certain things and still show restraint.
Good enough to be so demanding,
dude. Released for $40 and people would have thought that it grows, but because they knew they could still price it at $20.
Come on, dude. Can you shoot one of them, Smoke?
$20.
Come on, dude. Come on. Just one? There. You got one.
That kind of stuff.
Come on, dude. Another one?
Stuff that, you know, a lot of indies
come on.
Because
one. I only got one dude that time, bro. And that's after me hitting them with the...
Ultimately, they put on the guys that express some kind of appreciation, but their actions often don't show that, I feel. Because these corporations are ultimately run by suits.
I can't take you anymore right now. Real sorry. I need a little quiet. I need a little silence. Sorry.
Let's go. Not you.
Country. I got you. Me. And I want to wash my go I
The heck? It sounds like it's super easy. It wasn't super easy for me, dude.
Hey, I'm here to eat.
You're here to eat.
I'm here to eat. Okay, after have a sauce with that. I have that what action?
Yeah, so I'm just not in the right position, it sounds like.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, baby.
I'm looking at you.
Are you? I'm glad you are. Your mom's not looking at me. She's mad at me because I'm mad at a video game.
Dad, you're pretty mad at
I am not.
Stardew Valley's a nice, cozy game.
That is lies.
No, Stardew Valley is a nice, cozy game unless you
Time to eat, girl.
unless you
Hey, go clean up.
you lose all of your money.
So yeah, I heard you cry. Don't lie.
Which time?
When you lost all your money.
I did it.
When Sam was ignoring you.
Hard for like 10,
Go.
100,000.
Go. Yep. Oh, meatloaf tastes good. And I'm still streaming, so be careful. Chainsaw. What was that line? Only the names and what? Locations have been changed to protect the innocent.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's only the names have been changed
Mm-hmm.
to protect the Rawr.
What? Will you get Izzy her fork?
I'm out of it. I'm out of it.
But yeah, Dad, so
Where
like,
you at?
the only reason I was sad is because I saved up so much money.
I told you. I told you about me, Deborah.
Blessed is the Lord, and these I guess are about to receive a bounty. Through Jesus Christ the Lord, amen.
Oh yeah, and no, it was like Fox News.
Yeah, of course it was.
You got to promote to them, too. Or Trey's going to Washington. It's either that or blackmail. Something.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Stuff big is coming out.
Yeah, which would be horrible. Is which
Well, halfway, that's why you resign, I think, so it doesn't come out, or they don't. But nowadays, I don't know if you could do that, dude. Not bury something, but
Yeah.
Because then, if something happens the next time, and then they find out, like, you kind of just dismiss someone without.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the church got in trouble for.
So we'll see.
But I bet you got a promotion or
It's
something
probably he did what he
to the Senate, to somebody.
he did what he was trying to do.
Yeah. Made a name for himself. Made a name for himself. So yeah, I bet you somebody somewhere.
Yeah.
Either Trump or the governor.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think our governor doesn't like him, even though he's a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
So our governor's more of a traditional, conservative, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. So you better eat some of that gravy.
I am right now.
Have some salt.
But yeah. So we
Yeah, it made pizza
Oh yeah, that he did get you. You gotta be careful.
That's mean.
He's not mean.
He's not me. Just going through puberty.
Uh-huh.
Going.
And then you're trying to pick him up like he's a baby.
He's not a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, he's not. He's become
I
a
know.
toy cat.
I know he'll always be your baby kitty, but yeah, he's a big kitty now.
Bigger.
And sometimes he doesn't want to be picked up.
Oh yeah, Mom.
Hmm.
At school, we talked about our scholastic news, and it took like up the entire day because we kept talking about pets.
Oh yes, Miss Knowles told me. But oh yeah, have you gotten a chance to start ER yet? Video?
2 books. I have like 4.2 points.
Layla in the
Bye.
5th grade already has like 30 points.
It's no joke, bro. 1 year with Sis and Bubs,
Uh-huh.
there was this little kid. And I think Sis and Bubs still got like first and second, maybe, or did he get second?
I think Bubs got second to Alfie.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
really 1 year? Yeah, it was a competition, dude. They were reading books.
I'm pretty sure Sis flew everybody out of the
Hey,
water.
sit right, Izzy Bear.
The years,
Well, that's when it first started. She didn't
Mhm.
have much competition.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
that was when you had to go, I think,
to
I
the
could be
library.
wrong,
Yeah.
to the library at night
Uh-huh.
to get points for it.
And there was times you could
Either
do
that or in school, right?
Mhm. Yep.
So it wasn't as
I think there was like times you could go during school, but you know that's gonna be like in your extra time. So the deal was you had to go to the night at the libraries to really rack in some points.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because then even the kids would read
Mm-hmm.
and then go take the test during the night at the library.
We'd make a list.
How does she already have 30 points?
She reads a lot. And she's an
Read a
over
bunch of books and then went to the AR
yeah,
test one
and
after
she's
the other.
she's an overachiever too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so whatever book she's read since probably the start of school, she basically went back and took the test on all of them and passed them, so she got all her points.
Gotta start reading books.
Mom, I
Well,
ate banana.
And the tests are usually pretty easy
Yeah,
just
they're
to make sure you read it.
Banana.
No, you can eat what's put in front of you, and this is dinner. So
I
you
do
gotta
like
eat
those
it.
potatoes. The potatoes are good.
Can you give me
Mhm.
yeah, can you give me some more potatoes?
The meatloaf is good.
I told you. I don't like this
Mm-hmm. Well, you can eat some mashed potatoes if you're hungry. If you're not that hungry, then
I
you won't
think
eat them.
I might take. Wait, what was his name?
I told Sydney she had like a list from reading over the summer, but she can't find it now.
Oh my gosh, I threw that fucker away. You guys. No,
that's
you have
what it
got to
was.
do. No, dude, it literally was on there.
She said she was
And it
like, I
fell
put
off.
it right there, Mom. And she's
But-
like, I swear. And I was like,
Well, it was
baby.
done. The library was done. It's
Mhm.
school time. Don't look at that. Don't
Yeah, no,
now.
it's not a big deal.
That thing hung on the refrigerator for 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But that was.
I got on my ice and let's see.
You're fine. Stop. Everyone's just talking at once. It's fine. Hey, what, Dad? Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was going to tell you after you were talking about the kid. But
Mhm.
it actually does that to me, dude. No, not about that. Like, push and push and push. Doesn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And it's a kid, I know it's like not bad, but like you were saying, he'll put you. And you know,
Yeah.
everybody is disturbed.
Yeah. Everybody.
Oh. Did you check those books out from the library under your card?
Yep.
Then you can go in the library and there's a history of what
Oh.
you checked out.
Boom. Oh. Nice.
Dad, wait, what's the Labubu's name?
What?
The Labubu.
Big Boss.
Big Boss. I'm bringing Big Boss to school tomorrow.
Are you Big Boss?
Why are you bringing Big Boss to school?
Because Dad wanted me to bring it to school.
Oh, you did it, Mike.
Yeah. Why did the video I did to my eyes?
What are you doing?
I did see it. Dad, we still need to make the iPad.
Yeah. I watered it down a little bit because, like, I tasted it and I was like, whoa.
But it's
So,
See, that's not doing the voice.
yeah.
I know the burger is pretty good.
You're not doing the
Yeah.
voice.
It's like, oh, that might be a little too much.
You're not doing the
Uh-huh.
voice.
Well, or flavorful, you know what I mean? I was like, there's too much of something.
But no, gravy came out good.
Hello.
Yeah, it's all helped up. For me too.
All right, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can be done.
Mm-hmm.
And we got schoolwork to do tonight. Oh, I haven't told her yet. Do you want to tell her
Oh,
about Shul?
you get to go. You get to go to school tomorrow to see Miss Potts. I don't think it's like it's not a
I'm
big
not sure
thing.
where we're meeting yet.
Okay.
So she'll tell me. It might be Zoom.
Yeah, it might be.
Both of it might be Zoom.
It might be. Because that's what she used to do, like, because it's mandatory. They check in with the kids each week. And
That's what she said.
they're
yeah.
supposed to physically see them each week.
So,
Like, so,
you know, they're gonna do make us safe.
yeah. So,
But I was hoping it was down at the library.
yeah. But yeah, you'll either get to go see Miss Potts at the library, or you
Or-
get to get on the camera. You get to say hi to her.
Either way, we'll go to the library tomorrow. You want to go to the library tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to go to the
Wow,
library.
we need to take back.
Oh, yeah.
Get your books together. All my books are turned in.
Yeah, no, the kids have a bunch of books. They all need.
Finally, no, I got my kid down to 0 finally.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, they all need.
I think my
Round up all. Yeah, use that. Hey. People are talking. Okay, now you talk. What?
I can be out the numbers I some the numbers away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You take those back, and
You
then
get
you get to
some more?
take new ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
I found my old ones.
Isabel, remember?
I had a new one.
Isabel,
Yeah, you
remember
get-
Are You My Monster book?
Oh yeah, my monster book.
But now you have your own, so you don't have to check that out of the library.
So I don't need my own one. I need my for my birthday.
There, your birthday, yes. Your mommy got you your very own copy.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna read it
You
tonight?
You're welcome.
Are you gonna read it tonight?
Yeah. But remember where I put it.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Well, you and Sydney need to clean out your shelves tonight, so yeah, you got to get all your library. If you're going to the library tomorrow, you got to get all your got to put them in bags so they're ready to go.
No. So I with you. I want to do it that. Let me do it
Well,
too.
sometimes we have to do it. Even
Yep.
if we don't want to,
It's a secret.
we can get some more books.
Ah, they're pictures of books.
I don't want to do it with my
You know what
monster
to do
book.
with your plate.
But Dad, so what? Stardew Valley, a little less rage baiting, lets you earn all your life savings, which has happened to me a couple.
Well, you know, all your crops dying would be a little frustrating.
Yeah.
But you know, it's your own fault. What? You planted the wrong time.
It's your own plate.
It's kind of
Big
my
girl.
fault.
That's my fault. I don't know where to drive my motorcycle. No, it is.
Hey, girl, good job getting your hands on
I just learned I'm driving too close to the train. So big small. Hit them.
Oh
What?
yeah, so like it's more cozier
Yeah.
than your game. It's not as rage baiting unless you lose all of your savings.
Your game was.
Mhm.
Say.
Except for Harvey, he absolutely hates me.
Who's Harvey?
The clinic, he took like $10,000 out of my bank account while I was unconscious. Yeah.
Good.
Well,
That's how it was.
I just free. I breakfast. Shake. This almost my appetite. I think I messed myself up. I know. No, I do. I was thinking about that today. I think I messed up my adrenaline controller. Whatever, like I've always been anxious and got excited, but like whatever mechanism controls your adrenaline or your anxiety, and then
Receptor.
yeah, to where like I didn't used to get so fucking worked up just talking to somebody. That's what I mean. I think I fucked some little machine up in there, and then I had my appetite. I think that's my appetite.
What did we have? What did we have?
Like, yeah, the endocrine system.
What did we have?
That's what I mean. I think so.
What did we have?
Yeah, there's machines.
What did we have?
Bro, yeah.
But
What did we have?
but yeah, you don't have to tell me about not having an appetite. Mine.
I think that was both of it. One, I already didn't have my appetite and lost my teeth, and those two together, it'll come back.
But like, yeah, right now it's really all I can do.
To be bleak, not bad.
I don't want to. Right?
It's not that you get used to your false teeth. The memory of your real teeth eventually will start fading. But no, at first, dude, I still miss my teeth. But yeah, the memory, like it starts to go from a memory to a memory of a memory.
And it's like, it's a weird feeling because it's not, especially because they were.
Well, you just got to remember how they were at the end. Like, at least with me, my mind wants to remember my teeth at 20 years old and not at 45 years old.
And so that's, I still, like, how painful they were.
Mm. Yep.
I'm not sad about them, but then it's just like I don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
It's not enjoyable to eat.
Well, you know, too, it's the top palate to me. I didn't realize that, but yeah, you can't. You lose the roof of your mouth when you eat.
Yeah.
Well, you don't realize, but that's a big part of eating is the texture in your mouth. So,
and so
but hey, at least we can eat.
Yeah, no.
No, it got to where I couldn't fucking chew.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I can eat a lot better than I could.
I was swallowing fucking I was eating like a snake, dude.
Yeah,
swallowing fucking.
But my problem is it's just it turns my stomach. You know, I'm just I'm struggling eating, and like I'm not. The only way I can really and it not bother me is to let myself get very, very hungry. Once I get very, very hungry, it doesn't bother me as much. But like, yeah.
Hey, wipe up with the rag. It's ice cream. Put the bowl. Be careful. There's stuff in there. Sydney, you can put the bowls in the sink. Okay, that'll help.
Mom. What? Would you like middle school?
No.
Your mom had to get braces. Don't drop it. Set it easy. Hey, wait. Set it on the counter, and your sister will put it in the sink. Because it's a long girl for big. There, good girl.
No.
Do you want to jump in the tub and get it over with, Sydney? If you want, you can start it yourself, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on
Yeah.
start.
No. Glasses and braces and a back brace.
Oh. That sucks.
And middle school is a tough time in life.
Apparently, Ghost's friends, they said, oh, I can skip middle school and just go to high school, they would.
Hey, you wanna sit in the bathroom with your sister? Yeah. On your tablet? Did you do that? You take a bath?
Sure.
Middle occupier, yeah. You guys can chill together? Hold on. Oh, well, you want to go back? Yeah, we can go back. That's nice out here, though. No, yeah, I've been inside all day.
I'm the opposite, so you're more than welcome to.
Oh, Izzy Bear, where's the lid? For that's man, I can't say my head. Marker. The lid for that marker. Where's that? Can you find it? Hey, you're gonna lose your markers if you can't put the lids back on. Come on, we were doing so good with that.
Did you find it?
Good girl.
Good job.
You need help? Can you snap it on there? No, she did. We did one day where she was doing good. With putting the lids back on. Nice, thank you.
I found it.
Bye. We're bonding.
Gotta buy that.
We're bonding. No, it's not. It's like a dog, dude. You got to spend a lot of time with like it's the awkward time. It's the quiet time. It's the fighting with each other time. Getting frustrated. It's all you got to spend time with that. And I was realizing that today. I can't even talk to my son. I got to work on that. No, just conversationally, and I don't know why. I think it's just my kids. My first two. And that we got to fix that because I talked to my mom. Like Jaylene talked to my mom. Like we all talk.
I think it's just that probably like the time where you guys would have started learning how to talk to each other and talking to each other was the time you were going through a rough time.
Yeah, it's been rough for the
That's
past 10 years,
that's what I'm
dude. It's
saying.
just been rough
And
here.
so those were the time, fifth grade,
Yep.
like the age Sydney is
Yep.
now to right now.
Now,
You guys would have spent all that time together learning how to communicate and
but
like,
no, I couldn't fucking
but no, but it was
just trying to survive,
it was a
dude.
really rough time for you,
So,
everything. It was a really rough time for
all
all
of
of us, but
us,
I
yeah.
know personally it was a very rough time.
I'm
for you.
telling you, I'm lucky he's still alive. I'm pretty sure. My sister should be alive and I shouldn't be. I'm telling you, she ate more sugar than I did, dude. I swear to God, that's the only reason I'm still here and she's not. I'm talking about appetite.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm telling you, she ate more sugar than I did.
Yeah.
And she even dieted and shit, but she liked sweets and I never had a sweet tooth that much. It just gathered up. I don't think Nikki's that into sweets like she is, but if you'll notice, there wasn't cookies, all that. She's not a sweets girl.
No, I think Nikki was Saber girl.
Yeah, food girl, but she likes luxury, like she likes nice shit.
Yeah.
It's not a sugar thing.
Yeah.
Or
Like
like
they
I
don't
like
make it
some,
they don't make it a point to have dessert. You can tell. Like,
where
no,
some
it's
people have the sugar, but no, they like the sweet. Where is it? Yeah, you're supposed to have it.
I was seeing my move.
Nancy, hey, get in there, turn the light on. Walk around. We're looking. Oh, that's the receipt for the windshield right there. And give it to Sis because it actually has a guarantee.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
chip repair.
Oh.
Like they guarantee it for like certain stuff, not for like vandalism
Yeah,
or
no.
not for.
I was gonna say she rattled off some stuff and
But then we get like $54. The first chip repair was $54 or something. And then after that, or blah blah blah. But yeah, there's a warranty on it of some kind. So
that's not bad.
yeah, it was 300 something bucks. But man, it was 250. 10 years last time I checked, they wanted $250. And so yeah, everything has doubled in a decade because of Trump, because of the shit they're not talking about on the news. Like remember when Russia, yeah, that's what we're going through. Our financial system is melting down, so that's why houses are fucking a $50,000 house is $350,000, dude. Come on, and everybody knows. They're just kind of going, oh, doo-ka-doo. Yeah.
I was gonna say, you and Dad, he's like, I might know someone who does, pretty decently priced windshield replacements or something. I was like, well, this got quotes and they're all about $300.
Yeah.
Like, well, actually, that's not bad.
That's about as close as it's
That's
gonna
about
get.
your,
Yeah.
So I mean, the lowest I got was 280.
Yeah.
And he might have been fine, but like, when I looked at the street view, I was like,
No, I told you that's what happened. I told him the story at the glass shop today.
oh, did you?
I was like, yeah. I was saying something. I was like, I got a Whistler one time. The technician, glass guy, had come back in. The lady was taking my payment. And I was like, no, I learned, you know, something. I can't remember how it came up. I said, but I had a whistler. They're like, what? And I was like, yeah, going down the highway after a certain speed, get about 50, and you start, and they both kind of giggled. I'm like, yeah, that's why. I was like, yeah, that's why we didn't take the lowest bid. And she was like, I tried to be really kind. I was like, no, you guys were.
That's why we went with
You were
them.
one of our best prices.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we learned not to use the guy in the back. I'm not saying, but yeah, you take a chance.
Yeah, and it could end up fine.
Because I was telling them, it's like, no, we already been through that. We learned our lesson. We had a car that whistled down the highway.
Yeah.
I think that was that Mercury, maybe. I can't remember what car that was.
I think it was.
Was the Mercury maybe around, or
It
the
was.
Thunderbird? It was either the Mercury or the
Maybe it was
Thunderbird.
the van. I think it was the Mercury.
Yeah.
And the deal was it was like, dude, it was like $75, 100. Maybe. But like
when they're both of you.
But yeah, it was like $100, 75, but like it was cheap. That's why.
Yeah. She totally gives me thumbs up. Like, no, that's her thing.
Oh yeah.
This is thumbs up. And I don't know how long she'll do it.
Yeah.
But for right now, it's like hamburger. No, it's a thing she does.
Mm-hmm.
I gave her cashew today. Cashew got me a thumbs up.
Yeah. With her food.
But no, it's like the proper thumbs up.
If she likes.
She doesn't just do like this. She goes.
No, elbow up.
Yeah, elbow up.
Whenever I make dinner. And it's a dinner she actually likes.
Yeah.
You know, which I get the proper thumbs up. I'm like, oh, you like this one, huh?
By the way, did you like that clean counter?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, no,
I made sure to get
those
dishes. I put them away myself.
I noticed.
Bob's had already done a lot today. He did some laundry.
Yeah, but no, I had noticed. I was like, oh, damn.
I had to push myself because it's easy to stop once they're in the dish drainer. And I was like, no, it's really nicer when the counter is clear to cook. It makes it easier to cook. So.
But no, it is. And like, that's one of those things. It's like when I timed it, you know, and it also depends on who's cooking. But if things are halfway picked up as you cook, I was like, it really doesn't take that long to clear it. Like, it's like 30 minutes or less. Like, so, but it also depends on who's cooking. Because it's not always true.
The perfect meatloaf touchaway. Let's test it again. Oh, and it passes. Look at. Okay. Oh, and then I was talking about Zoomy at the shop. The guy said he was saying he had a 2012 Honda Accord, I think.
Oh, some of them went.
And he was saying it's still running.
Yeah.
So, and then that's when I was telling him about Zoomy. I was like, dude, we bought that car when my kids were young. We were broke. And it's got 200,000 miles on it. We've never done no major repair. I was like, it's been a really good car. I don't know about all Hyundais. I don't know if that little accent saved my family's life.
Yeah.
It always started.
Yeah.
It always brakes, new batteries once in a while, new windshield wipers, new tires. Like, that's all we've done.
That's all maintenance.
No, that was a really good purchase.
Yeah, that's why James was surprised. Like, any major, nope. No, nothing ever.
It's been a really great car, dude. 10 years. That was Buzz made me think now, didn't you? Of reliability. Yeah. Every time you went out there, it got me to work. That's when we had one vehicle, dude, and no friends or family around.
Yeah.
And no money for a fucking tow truck. No, it was calm. Yeah. There was times you took off with those kids to fucking Tahlequah, and I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you did it. I guess you always had your dad. You could always call your dad. See,
but not really. He's 3 hours away. He won't come this way.
I don't know how you know that. I don't know how your nerve. I don't know how you got those kids. It's not just scouts. The English thing, whatever program that was.
40 minutes away.
Accelerated reading program, like all that. I
Mhm.
don't know how you did it. No, and then fuck, dude, Taekwondo.
Yeah.
Azumi, dude. It wasn't just back and forth to work. It was our life. No, that little
Mhm.
car was
Uh,
good car, dude. That was a really good car.
I was gonna say, I think it was like a mixture, honestly, of stubbornness and faith.
No, I remember
Like,
we talked about it one time, and I don't know how you did it, but I, I think maybe we're back from Michigan, but you were talking about how you were determined to give the kids a life,
yeah.
no matter, you know. That's why you took them to scouts. That's why you took them to fucking camp. That's why you took.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how we had talked about it one time. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, you had decided you weren't just going to sit here in fear, fucking terrified of what could happen if the car broke down.
Uh-huh.
And you just got in the car and you went.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we talked about it. And I don't know how the fuck you did that, dude. No, when I was driving to Stroud halfway, I'm still fucked.
There was only.
When we were going to Stroud, dude, we had like zero money in the fucking bank account.
Yeah.
Like that was the only car we had. How the fuck was I gonna get it back from an hour and a half away?
See, and like things like that.
The whole time I was driving, dude, my heart.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
sorry.
So things like that, like, no, I just. No, we have to go here. This is the car we have. We're going.
Well, let's go.
And then, and Zumi never failed us. Part of it was Zumi never failed us. Like you said, it always started, it always went. It may be rough here or there, but like it always went. And like there was only a handful of times. Like one was frustrated that first year, the homeschool group where they made lots of trips out. And I was
Like Troop 1?
yeah,
that
and
we
I was
got
like,
stuck in.
motherfucker.
It's a weird thing. And I
Like,
didn't even, I bet they were doing it the same reason scouts were doing it. And I don't even know if they realize, but they're weeding people out.
yeah. And so,
You're making it inaccessible.
yeah. And so, and at the same time that was happening, Bubs was in Troop 1.
Yep.
And so,
And
yeah,
every trip
it
was
was like,
3 hours, 4 hours away. You're like, what the fuck, dude?
and like, so yeah, I was just, and then there was like a couple times, one was somewhere to homeschool group, some pumpkin patch, and one was out to a lady's house that was doing something from the parish.
Yeah.
And the roads were really fucking rough. And like, yeah, and no, and those were times I was just like, oh, please.
What's that camp
please
down
don't.
there in Tahlequah?
Oh,
I actually
fucking
have
A,
that, bro.
dude.
I have it memorized now. That
No.
gourd place where you turn? What studio? That little art gourd studio? And then you go to.
Yeah.
No, I have it memorized. What camp? Whatever it is down
Yeah,
there.
I can't
What is the
remember.
camp down there?
Right. But yeah.
So,
So
but
no,
no,
there
dude,
was there was a handful of times that like, yeah, I was just fucking breathing, hoping everything was gonna be okay. And like,
Yep.
yeah, and then that's like it was literally a mixture of stubbornness
I would
and
pray,
faith.
dude.
I was fucking
started
stubborn.
praying.
I was stubborn, and I was like, no, like we're getting out of
I
this
started
fucking
praying to
house.
Mary. I think we were back from Michigan. I don't know when it was, but it was maybe around the BOK time. We were pretty low, dude. And I started just fucking praying, please get us through this. And yeah, we got through that. We're getting through still. But yeah, I think it was around the BOK. I think that's maybe even before you went back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Or it might have been right when you went back to work. No, that was scary as fuck, dude.
No.
So but yeah, that's the only way I got through.
Yes, I mean, and I wasn't like, it's not like I was always saying like physical Hail Marys all the time, but like, no,
No, I was saying them all the time.
it was not for me.
I still do. That's my mantra. I try to calm down my head or try to focus. Say 3 Hail Marys before you make a decision. So you don't do anything you'll regret. Or you discipline your kids, say 3 Hail Marys. No, I'm being serious. It helps. Gives you a moment to let those fucking chemicals get out of your brain. If I told you I had a viewer, would you believe me?
Yeah. I believe that you had a viewer. A viewer?
Oh yeah, once in a while. I don't know what it is. Somebody just turns it
Yeah.
on, and I think it might be a bot.
It's probably a bot.
I think
But, I mean, I would believe you had a viewer.
but no, like, no way. Like maybe like you don't know how internety some people. Like, some people are like really deep into their internet, dude. That's looking for tips out. The people, it's the same people who like found bands back in the day. Remember that? Like 21 Pilots, or those were the guys digging through all that. There's internet guys now. They really do dig through a ton of crap, a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's got to be a bot. It's a. All right, Sydney, you almost done? I was gonna say, are you almost done? I was gonna say, once you get done and all that, get back. Don't waste time watching that tablet in there. Well, actually, you guys can switch positions. When she gets out, watch the tablet, and then hey, get in. Okay, help her. So, we'll just trade spots. Perfect.
When you do your kid's homework for him and you get it wrong.
Ouch.
No, this girl's really low. She wouldn't have been able to answer any of these.
No.
There has a lot still wrong.
You do, dude.
Yeah. I'm not too hard on them.
Yeah.
It's just more the act of
That's what I was talking
getting
about.
something done and turning it.
No, that's what I mean. I was that guy today. I was talking to. I was just, how about? Would it be that bad to just open the fucking doors and let whoever came in come in, and just pull back on some of the Nazi data shit? Like, let's just.
That's what they need to do.
I mean, a little or something.
No, that's what they need to do.
Just open the fucking school.
And you just stop with it.
And stop acting like that's hippie love shit. No, dude, like those one-room schoolhouses were. That's how they worked. I'm pretty sure.
And
the kids show, like in Alaska, you were saying they still work like that. The kids show up when they show up, and they only need a couple, 2 or 3 hours of guidance and help. And so, what's the matter if they show up at 9 or 8 or?
Help them get through the word problems, the shit they always mess up.
So it's those 10 kids who are really receptive to military level, whatever you want to call it, institutional schools.
And there is,
and there's a few that love boarding schools, and they love Hogwarts, and yeah, that'd be good. But then, dude, there's a lot of people that's just not working for it.
And they thrive off of it, and they do well. And they really do.
Yep. But you're basing the entire model. It's A's and B's of 20% of your class.
Definitely.
It's not. So, I think one of the reasons I think that's why people want war, even if they don't realize it, because that's what gives you the excuse to make drastic changes. is when you have something big happen.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, we need big stuff to happen. So.
But yeah, there's nothing wrong with opening the doors.
Whoever wants to come in,
because, like we already said,
and then colleges can give entrance exams.
and
Why?
And it just goes back to the kids that want to get something out of it are going to get something
Out of it.
Like no, like there was a little girl that she read a book and then she was like, and I'm not even writing English. She's like, "Can I go home and write a summary over this?" Yeah. You know, and then she came back the next day and guess who had a one-page summary of the book she just like that wasn't Unity Station. She's getting what she wants out of it. She doesn't need
before. And can you really force education on people?
You cannot.
And is that what we've learned in this invention of you can't, dude?
I can't even force kids who need help to take help.
Yeah, I would even argue, well, the military has experience with this. You can't even get 100% obedience, dude. The most basic hygiene. What's the most basic shit for a private?
Make sure you have your canteen on you.
And you show up at drill and like,
get 100%.
and you can't get 100% with adults.
Never had his canteen on him, man.
So
never.
Yeah.
Never. Never.
So yeah, them acting like.
It was not 100%.
I'm telling you, it was just some weird Nazi shit. It really was.
Roll up on him, DJ, so I can get a shot. Madison, even on the 120th day, still could not manage to come downstairs with the goddamn
well, it's a true story right now.
Yeah.
No, you already got one of them. Mom. Dude, no, that was evil AI, dude. No, that was Terminator level. Whoa, dude. Okay. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Yeah, that was Terminator level.
Take the high road on the right, CJ. Look the fuck out, CJ, the train! Move this shit, man. I'm gonna ice these moves, man.
Oh, I was down to 2. I think I remember that from last time now.
Hey, let's get out of here before the cops show, man.
You know, just some extra worksheet still with their kid on, you know. And then like, do we turn it back in?
Was it always like this?
Was what always like this?
Always fucked up around
And
here.
they started laughing. I'm like, let's spot check it. Make sure
No, that's
he's
why I'm
not totally
asking
messed
you.
up. I was like,
Hey,
I won't
don't
say
ask a
nothing.
wise man, Frank. Ask a fool.
But I did.
That's what I was doing.
It's like, I just have
Well,
to
if you're gonna make this thing
See, and now,
personal, I
yeah,
ain't
now
speaking on
that
it no
kid is competing against another kid.
Yeah. No.
I was like, that's what I was talking to that guy about. I was like, dude, my wife knows students who's like, parents just went to print, like,
Yeah.
no, like real shit,
Yeah,
dude.
real.
Like, and that kid,
Real life. Real life.
you can't sit them down next to somebody that has
Yeah.
the cleaver as their parents, dude.
No, that had mom, dad, and
Shit, some of them have grandma, grandpa.
Oh, yeah, but no. Compared to a kid who had mom, dad, like 2 or 3 younger siblings, and they were coming in because she had one seat. One seat.
Yeah.
I know.
No, to find out what the fuck's going on.
What's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
You know, do we need extra?
What do we got to do? Yeah.
You know, and
And on a piece of paper, it's not showing all that. It's just showing the kid's grades. And you're like, dude, come on.
This isn't even a level playing field.
But, and that was my point too. But the minute you bring up community, the minute you bring up it gets real.
Doesn't even get brought up.
No, because they can't.
It doesn't.
You can't mention parents or community.
No, that is not.
It's all either the child or the teacher.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you're allowed to talk about.
And like,
So,
no, that doesn't. Like, not just when you bring it. No, it doesn't get brought up.
I don't want those trash fools trying to pull you into
you
some
can't.
shit.
You don't. They're
Be careful with those cats. I'm gonna see you later.
So,
Dude, I literally just had to drive in the right spot. Does this bike stay here now? That would be cool.
so yeah. And then, you know, and then, like, I get parents too that are, like, they're honest with themselves and different things, and, you know, like, I can only help so much.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no, I only capable of helping so much. I know they need me, but I am being honest, and, like, I had no, you know, one even go.
Yeah, no one's gonna raise your kid for you, dude.
Yeah, but then going in.
And not just that, but, like, yeah, that's not.
But then.
Poor kids don't go to military school. No, we really believed that when I was young. Then you learn how the world really works. Like, no, that's the thing. We don't have the money for people to help, you know, or whatever, to put you in a better school or to give you, like, yeah, we'd all love individual teachers that could spend.
They could spend that individual.
Yeah, parents can't even do that. How many parents can do that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I have parents that are honest with. I can only help
So much. Yep.
And I get you. I know. But I have to, you know.
Yep.
I have to tell you these things. And I know. Hey, I get it.
Well, run, bro. Run, bro. Run, homie.
Oh no, I'm scared. Yeah. With a mean bastard like you around, crime really don't pay.
Are you out, Sydney?
She was supposed to be in there with Izzy.
Yeah. Is Izzy in the tub by herself? Don't leave me. He must not go.
What the shit? Hey, honey. Yo, mama. Business is good out for this. It is sure fine. Serious drug business? It's the worst.
Very specific goals that are not tied to, you know, delivering the best consumer experience. They want to deliver the best investor experience. So yeah, I think just this kind of greed will continue to hurt Nintendo, though whether it'll make enough of a financial dent for Nintendo to, change its ways or feel like they're pressured to change their ways. That's an area that's a little more gray. But
What
this
are
is
you
what
guys
you need to know
doing in
about
there?
why there's some backlash recently with the latest Nintendo Direct. People are hyped about their games, but not their business practices. And this is one man's take. Let me know in the
Too
comments
much
below what your
joy.
thoughts and opinions are on Nintendo's recent pricings, and to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young Yeah.
We're going up to the top of this mountain. All the way up there. We're playing its steps. STEPS. And my name it's not Dr. Disrespect. Guys, it's Dr. Disrespect. Welcome to my channel. Nothing's wrong here. We're all good. And we're playing this new AAA game called Baby Steps, where we got to get to the very top of the mountain. Let's see if we can get a good angle on this.
No, I got the water running.
The top of the mountain, it's right.
Not me and
I don't know if you can see it.
We've been at school.
It's.
Our joy is
Give us a like. Thanks. Where are you? So everything's taken care of. No. Yeah. I'll make sure I got it. Yeah. What is going on today? Let's just get into the command center. Let's not waste any time.
They don't build them like you in Samoa. I'll come Julio Muli. You don't start listening.
You're gonna love this shit. Doc, don't let this get to your head. We're gonna launch Baby Steps, champs. I'm jumping right in. I'm not gonna waste any time. And as you know, we like to have intros for our games, so Alex said he prepared one. Play it, Alex. If you can't, I'll play it. How do I do this?
Don't do it all
Press
at once. I'm serious.
This right here. Oh. There. The microphone's still on?
Yeah. So, this morning, I'm like, my kids are coming in, they're all settling in all quiet, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's Zoe Mitchell.
Oh, was it coming to you?
Yeah, I was like, Zoe, and I gave her a big hug, and I was like, how is it you're still coming into my room? Because then other people remembered her too. They're like, Zoe. I was like, how is it you're still coming into my room? Creating a big ruckus. And she just laughed. So.
How's she doing? Good?
Yeah.
Baby
looks
steps.
like she's doing
Zero
it. But then it was funny because then
Nate!
she went over to Ms. Leach's room.
Nate!
To say hi to her.
Hey,
And then
buddy,
she was
family
like,
meeting, let's go.
She's like, you guys better listen to them. Middle school is as hard as they say, y'all. She was like, if you forget any of your stuff, they won't let you go back. And she was like, unless you want to use one of the 2 passes they give you.
Oh. We can shift shoulders.
So no, it was funny. It was cute.
All right.
That's kind of sad, though. It's
Get up!
screwing away.
I gotta manage this.
You're not old enough to appreciate
Get up,
this
man! Get up!
Oh,
that last year of elementary.
Okay.
Grass Lake, we kind of did. They did a whole big thing.
By the way, no, I'm not fixing my camera. It's broken.
There's
nothing
they
we can
made
do.
it a big deal going
I'm
from
sick of
elementary
this,
to
man.
middle school.
Run it at.
And we didn't have
I'm throwing the
graduation
F-bomb
or
around.
nothing like that. But yeah, we had an end of the year. Grass Lake had an end of the year trip.
And see, what we do, and it is, we do kind of try to make it a big deal. And so, that's the deal is our fifth graders,
I know you're probably thinking, Doc, you're
you know,
shitty
they get a
gamer.
special
This is
end
an
of the year
advanced game.
picnic at
Hey,
Whiteside.
quit screaming!
If you've
They
been to
get a
some more, you
special
know
end
how
of
to
the year
respect.
picnic at
You got
Whiteside.
my
They get their own fifth grade T-shirt.
Yeah.
They get their own fifth grade memory book.
Yeah, they're
We're
not
starting to
old enough
move now, huh?
No, they're
We
not.
mantle up on
And they
this or what?
probably, just like Zoe, you know,
Don't be
like
nervous.
they do once
There you
they.
go.
You're out.
Wait.
Once
Once
they're
you're in
out.
8th grade, I think you kind
Oh,
of
that was
realize.
clean, huh?
Like,
Like,
oh.
oh man, junior high is over.
I feel like we got off on the wrong foot.
Cut off on the
But
wrong
yeah,
foot.
so
Dude, imagine that. Okay, hear me out, Chips.
Warm it up, CJ.
A battle royale.
I'm like, that's like our whole last month. Like we do a lot
Ooh,
of field
knee
trips with
skimmer.
them.
Look at this guy.
You know what I
Whoa,
mean?
whoa.
Their
Get up.
promotion
Get up.
ceremonies.
Get up.
Yep.
Get up.
We do
Oh, that
within
log right there.
what we can work with, try to make them like it's
Look
a big
at-
deal.
Look
You're
at-
leaving elementary school.
Huh?
You're going to middle school.
Easy game. Here you go. Whoa. We're gonna speed run now.
Our count is good about
See, look at that. We can do this. Look at this.
kids.
Is your
'cause,
foot
like,
stuck?
she
Fucking
meets
foot
with
stuck
us
in the
and
log.
we
He got it.
and she's good about wording it and explaining it.
Joe
to them
McAfee,
just
thank you for the
that.
5 and super chat.
Fifth grade's their
BBL
last
Battle
year
Royale.
with, like, student
If you're just flooding in,
We're like,
Alex, my
the
director, I'll
teachers,
give you an update.
everybody's
I guess he's in Cabo
concerned
San
about
Lucas,
each
Mexico.
individual
2-day vacation. He
And
says
then
everything's
she was
taken
like,
care
you
of.
know,
Thumbnail,
once
all
they
the all, and then
leave
play this
fifth
fucking
grade, you
game.
know, the
Easier to hear me if I was
elementary
spitting on your
years,
face?
it becomes
Grab that rock!
standard center.
I got a feeling that's
Yeah,
where we need to go.
that's
This
after.
lit fire, right?
Yes.
That's the goal.
And after that, it's really not about your student anymore. You know,
Green screen, Doc.
I forget how she words it, but she words it.
I slide down
It's
that
like,
thing,
you
that's gonna
can
drop
see
me
like
down
a
to the canyons below.
parent's
I can't risk it.
eyeballs, kind of like. They're like, no, it's true. Like it's real.
Let's restart our pack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Can't be treated with kitty claws forever. And yeah,
I can just walk through the water, right?
I was listening to a guy on the radio this morning.
Oh shit.
And no, it broke my
Stop!
heart.
Stop! Wait a minute! I
Just,
didn't know. I
'cause
didn't know. Hold
correlating
on.
the other things.
Grab
but
something.
He's a
Grab
short
something.
guy, and he's talking about now his son
Hold
is
on, man.
getting to
Grab
that
something.
age to where his son
Oh,
is
shit.
realizing he's short. His son is short.
No,
There's
no,
a bunch
no,
of
no,
his
no,
kids,
no, no,
and he's an
no.
Okie, so he's had the same friends since
Gotta
like
do what you gotta do. Kick.
Well, now they're
something.
going
Kick.
to the fair,
Kick.
and some of the kids can go on the rides, and other kids can't.
Oh.
And the moral of the story was it happened to him when he was a kid, and he felt like his best friend
Snipe,
could have
thank you for
stuck
the
with him and
$50
not ride the
donation. So
ride.
this is what a doc stream looks like
You know,
without a
they know each other
$178 million
since,
production
you know,
budget. We get
he
it,
was like,
Doc.
he shot up
Jawline
in
is
like
and
a
always
year.
has been.
But
a
anyways,
draw.
then he went on to tell
Well
a story
played.
that's kind of what was happening to his son, unfortunately. And he was
I don't
telling
even
a
want to
story
test
about
it.
how
I
him
feel like
and
if we
his son
fall,
walked, like all the way
if
up
we
the
fall,
stairs, big
champs,
slide,
it's over
big
with. Keep
slide.
it going.
I don't know why
We
they don't
cannot
check
fall.
you at the beginning. Maybe
Yeah,
so.
a lot of places.
Stay,
But
stay,
basically, he
stay,
said
stay.
he was right on the line.
And they went on.
And it was him and his dad walked all the way, and they had to walk all the way.
Oh, no, 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 no.
We had to do
Get
the
up.
walk of shame. And it was just like, and it wasn't, I was thinking about all the times I've been rejected in my life. Everybody, you know,
Here,
just,
stop.
it was like, oh, and I was thinking, but it don't get any better, dude. That's what, that's. So then I was just laughing because there was a story about life.
Stay, stay.
You just gotta take the walk
Shaban,
of
thank you for
shame,
44
dude.
months. What's
Oh.
wrong with your webcam? Nothing.
But yeah, I had to walk all.
Alex
It
is
was like
not
it
here.
was like 4
Webcam
flights of
is an
stairs.
issue. We know it. Everybody
I
knows
walked
it.
down this room
Doc,
like
forgot to
4
grab the
kids.
boots
Like,
from the first area. It helps in climbing a lot. What?
but yeah,
Where
our
am I
entire
going?
culture is built off.
What the hell is this
rejection,
on the
man.
waterfall?
That, you know, most people don't. There's all
Maybe that
these
object in the
beliefs.
waterfall has magical powers. Do you think there's a hidden passageway?
Oh,
Wow, wow, wow. We've come a long ways. Look at us. We're almost to the top. Look at easy game. Take a step back.
Right, man, so I'll be seeing you about half an hour, I guess.
yeah, that's just one thing. It's that, but everybody has to. You can tell he still had it. He's a short guy. But then, yeah, he was talking about, fuck, my son's gonna be short. Now my son's dealing with it. Well, no, my son's got to deal with the fact, yeah, he's short. And he's at that
Why
age
is this-
now where he's
what's
learning
the
that.
issue,
Where he
man?
didn't know
Get up,
before.
get
But all of a sudden now they're getting that. and some of those boys are shooting up, and ouch, I know,
Too much
bro.
momentum, I can't stop. What the f is going on?
The only reason I didn't get super nervous, and I prayed about it, I just wanted to get over it's a thing. And, but because I was awake longer.
Yeah. That's I didn't know.
I was like 16, dude. I got my growth spurt around 15, 16. And by then, most people had already shot up.
Yeah.
Like, I was way shorter than,
Doc,
and
I need an
smaller,
update after
shorter
the
than
second
smaller
river
than all
fall.
my
Where
friends.
are we?
But
We
yeah,
are coming
there
up
was
to exactly where that spot
It was a doctor we went into in
Yeah.
maybe Michigan. Maybe Michigan. I don't remember, but anyways, he kind of chuckled. You know, but he's at that time he's still way shorter than
Yeah.
his sister.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, he does the little growth diagrams. You know,
Doc, 2 hours in and
then
barely
he's like,
halfway up. Think about
oh
it.
no,
Thank
he's
you,
like,
Rip and Fierce,
you're definitely gonna be
$10
taller
super
than your
chat donation.
sister.
Yeah.
He was like, no, you're gonna be
Get up,
you're gonna be
man.
decently tall.
I can't
And he's
see
like,
anything,
boys,
man.
I guess, are
Hey, get
for
out
some
of the
reason are
bushes.
easier to predict.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's like, girls are not as much.
Yeah.
He was like, but yeah, you're gonna be over 5 foot.
There's no way.
Yeah.
You gotta catch something.
Like,
Oh, God.
you know, he was like,
Dude, it's the easiest rock. I can't even get past that part. No, I do know. Just stay up there and
I think
grab
it's
on
worse in
something.
Oklahoma. Growing up, really tall wasn't a thing. The only reason height came,
I don't really think of it as a thing either.
it was either you were short. That's because you were short, like you were noticeably short.
Yeah.
Or if you were really tall.
Yeah.
Like there was only one or the other. Like they didn't even mention you being tall unless you were like tall.
Yeah.
I can't.
You know, and then they'd be like, "Oh yeah, he's a tall dude."
I can do it, but I can't
Like,
do
"Oh,
it
he's a
again.
short
I
dude."
can't
Like that
do
would
it.
be on the extreme. Everybody like over 5'5" and under 6'5" was kind of in the same. So, but I noticed here in Oklahoma, I think the short guy thing is a real, or it's the
That's
girls
okay, man.
here.
Stop falling into
It's the girls that do it, dude. They will not
Get out
date.
of this
There's
thing.
girls that just will not date a short guy, dude. Period.
I was gonna say, I don't remember height. And maybe that's because I was a girl. I don't know. I never was thinking about it in relation to boys.
Yep.
I was like, maybe that's because I was a average size girl, so most boys were taller.
God, he's so nervous, man.
The shorter boys were taller than me, so you don't think about it. It was the tall
We did
girls.
it.
It always threw, you know, that's the one
to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of
And I never knew till later they took it that serious. I think it's halfway the internet that's been like, no, some of these girls take that shit.
Oh my God, what a
They will not
coincidence. For you.
And I
date anyone shorter than that.
It's coming down for you. Okay, can I get your zip?
Fuck.
Can you get your grapple? Your grapple?
Okay, yes, okay.
That's what my friends like.
Nothing up there?
Can I get a dead end? Can I get your grapple?
See
you later.
Yep.
I didn't know either, but that you're
Look at
right.
that pose, huh? Someone take a picture.
No, it's a thing. They won't. Oh, I
Seriously,
think
someone take a
TikTok or whatever
screenshot.
that-
Seriously,
what's the
someone take a
scrolling thing
screenshot
they
of the two time right now, champ. Someone take a screenshot. Okay. What the f is that?
Get your hair wet, young lady.
Get up! Get up! Get up!
Not
Get
Instagram or TikTok.
Hold
but
on!
That one where you swiped on people or something.
Dude, I'll break something. In the beginning, it was like, yeah,
No.
this game's gonna be really tough.
I think it was a dating, isn't it? No, that's videos, isn't it? I think it's Instagram short little videos. Or is that TikTok? Either way, it was that swiping left or right thing. Remember? Right. Well,
I think that was a dating.
I think it was some kind of weird Tinder, maybe Tinder, and now it's kind of become seedy. But anyways, it was something like
It's getting
that.
easier.
And I think that helped to reveal some of the things that were like, no, this is true. Like if you can't say you're short on your profile, dude, you can't say certain size. No, there's certain things you can't. Bald is a real thing, dude. Now when women get older, they're probably much more. But yeah, bald is a thing,
We're done
dude.
with this mountain, aren't we?
So.
What? That that was the intro?
Am I on mute? What?
No, I can't figure out.
I'm not.
Oh, I didn't mute.
I don't know. This is a good
50% of
spot
them
to
keep
stop
flipping
this game,
in the
huh,
wrong
Champ?
spot. It's got to be a weird number thing.
What happened today?
Like,
Dude,
What the
it's
hell
something.
happened
it's something
today?
because like they'll get the rest of it right.
Intuition
going.
is messing some
Yeah,
of them
but
up.
they keep
Dr. Poo
flipping
Poo Quitter.
that
Oh, is that right?
20.5
Drugs and camera
is
failures all
greater
day.
than
30 more minutes.
20.35.
The game is
They're-
not
they're
30. It
saying
probably is
20.5
another
is
12
less than
hours.
20.35.
Imagine quitting. I'm not
Yeah,
quitting.
because
Their
there's
new
more
doc was a
numbers.
quitter.
But then,
Are these the
no, but then
messages?
in
This is
the
it.
next
This is like
part
the L
of
the
it,
Chiefs got in the Super
this
Bowl.
one has three numbers, 21.967.
But they know that's
But
actually
they
smaller.
know that. So I'm just like, why did
And
you
that's
do
kind of
that?
tricky too.
I
No, for
know.
kids, because you would think the more numbers, the bigger the, and
Yeah.
that's what they're trying to
And
trick
we
you
go
with.
over that with them.
Like, no, those are negative
You have
numbers.
to compare.
It's that first number. Oh yeah,
You
that's
gotta
the
go
place.
place stuff.
Yep.
Like go to the 10th and this. So they're doing it on this one, and they understand that just because there's three numbers here, it's still, you know. But yeah, I'm like, why do they keep doing that with it? It's literally these two over and
Chris
over.
asks, do you think they would have hired Dan and Jason if Ryan had not passed?
No, and they got that one right.
No.
Yeah.
I think if Ryan had not passed, that business would have stopped existing within 9 months, 12 months, something like that. I think that.
Huh. Yeah, Jeff just totally blows some fucking shit out of the water here. I don't know if you remember Ryan dying, the giant bomb and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Not like I was a big fan of Ryan or all that, but it was kind of a big deal in the community at the time. Because they were all pretty successful. But it kind of got turned into this myth, this urban legend myth kind of grew up around it after he died too, I
Chris
think.
asks, do you think they would have hired Dan and Jason if Ryan had not passed? No.
See? And he's blown that shit all up. It was like, dude, if he wouldn't have died, we would have been closed in 9 months. But because he died, that gave us more light, gave us more. But anyway, it's totally counter to some of the public shit.
I think if Ryan had not passed, that business would have stopped existing within 9 months, 12 months, something like that. I think that. So the thing that happened was when he passed away, there was a sudden influx of interest in the brand that was shocking to everyone.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jeff's in his 50s now, or late 40s. I'm 50, 40 something, yeah. So. How young did John Candy die? I mean, just because you're big. Around your 60s, if you're really obese. But look, how long did your grandma live? She was pretty heavy. 70s? She was in her 70s, dude.
Early 70s.
So
but
yeah, like
70s.
Ryan was obese. I know he was obese, but still. He was in his fucking early 30s, mid 30s, maybe. To die from natural causes. Fuck, man. Yo.
At the company. Because they were just like, this video game website, whatever, who cares? Like, nah, you know. And then when that happened, suddenly it was like this huge outpouring.
I need a bitch like that in my
This massive outpouring. And seeing how many people cared and how deeply they cared. Suddenly there was like,
Let's monetize
these guys
this
are
guy's
going to walk
death.
out the door if we don't
I
find
think
a
that's what
way
he's
to
saying, right?
keep them here.
Yeah,
And
hey,
I was very close to walking out the door because of some contract situation stuff that had, and the management at the time, the guy running it was an idiot.
No, that's Fight Club.
And
Let's monetize
there was a
this
situation
death,
in
bro.
place where by me signing another contract,
You can't bring him back.
other people made some
I
money
swear to
off
God,
of that.
that's how those fucking pros
And so,
and get off on being cowardly.
so I ended up re-signing
until it's them.
But then
until
Ryan passed away before that money made it to him. And
it's always
before
that
the contract
British
would have been
air
fulfilled in a way
superiority.
that stuff happened.
Yeah, until
and So, but yes, so suddenly there was a guy who was the right-hand man of the head of the company that was like, hey, why don't you, let's figure out some podcast ads. Let's figure out this, let's figure out that, you know, and so suddenly there was a lot of interest in what we were doing because they were like, wait a minute.
Totally.
There's got to be a way to make money, right?
Significance.
And so it's the, like
in your future, but I know kids sure.
But like at the time, I was just about done there because they had really treated me pretty poorly. They had, you know, they.
I just don't know the real life.
The guy there, it was like clear that they were just going to keep moving goalposts on us instead of.
Do we really learn from
instead of letting us expand? You know, we were like making the case for why we needed more people, and they're like, "Well, what if you did these numbers?" And it's like, "We're already doing those numbers." Oh, what about these ones instead? Like literally happened at a meeting.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know
that's how we do it.
So yeah, I mean,
I don't really ever remember sounding
his
out
passing
words until I was like in fourth or fifth, and then it's big words in a book you've never heard before.
Is the only reason that I think that thing made it.
So
you're not even. You're not
like more than a year or so, like into 2013, 2014, whatever it was.
You're doing all kinds of other things.
Because I think I would have
the borderline where it sounds
I would have been out of it. And then I think everyone was so knocked for a loop by that, obviously.
But who knows?
And then suddenly there was this weird influx of interest in the business. And so suddenly we were spending time going like, okay, well, here's a plan that gets us from this number of people to this number of people, and we'll hire a half. I still have that sheet somewhere. Like we're gonna hire, we'll get like a part-time person here, then 3/4 later we'll do this, and we'll shoot for this, and it was a whole plan, like a 3-year plan.
It would be hard to argue.
None of that
how much are they learning
ever came to pass.
Human experimentation.
But so we ended up spending all this time in these meetings, like figuring this stuff out, and then like, and then the people that would help us orchestrate that element and that would have been in place to force it to happen, they started leaving. So it was just like this sudden thing. It was like, oh well, okay.
They can sound out words.
I guess that's not happening. And I think
I don't think you have to be taught how to read, dude.
Yeah, it's a weird.
I don't know if you just have to read.
It's been a weird ride.
That was Chomsky's.
Obviously, I don't know what else to say about it. That's
they'll memorize.
I mean, I asked Ryan what I should do, and you should sign that. You should sign that contract. And I was like, all right, I guess. I mean, if if it would help you.
No, maybe when it comes
he was
to
about to get married and everything, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, when we come to talk about writing, and you're the writer.
Yeah.
I
started getting
spellings,
No, that's what I mean. That's when it starts getting.
Like sometimes you get really good readers.
If he hadn't given me that advice, and then like I said, he was not around to argue. And then everything changed. A company that was like, hey, why don't you let's figure out some podcast ads. Let's figure out
face value.
No, Jeff is really good at being a dick without being a dick. I was telling Buzz about that. That Yankee thing for that. Like where you're being polite, but you're still saying some pretty harsh shit.
It better pick up around here soon.
Yo, move your body, move your body. Dog, I got quality shit right here.
Baby, did you get that baby done real quick? No. Hey,
Long way to get my attention.
Stop playing with that tablet. We're on a video. Stop scrolling.
We don't need to find out what year it is.
Oh, I got a big bell.
No, you're playing with the
All right,
tablet.
man, so I'll be seeing you about half an hour, I guess.
She was making me nervous.
Warm it up, Kane. Warm it up, CJ. Warm it up, Kane.
I drank too much coffee.
I do a lot of wild shit. I'll do anything for money.
this, we'll figure out that, and so suddenly there was a lot of interest in what we were doing because they were like, wait a minute, there's got to be a way to make money, right? And so it's like, but like at the time, I was just about done there because they had really treated me pretty poorly. They had, the guy there, it was like clear that they were just going to keep moving goalposts on us instead of letting us expand. We were like making the case for why we needed more people. And they're like, well, what if you did these numbers? And it's like, we're already doing those numbers. Oh, what about these ones instead? Like literally happened at a meeting. And it was just like, are you fucking kidding me? So yeah, I mean, yes, his passing, is the only reason that I think that thing made it, like more than a year or so, like into 2013, 2014, whatever it was. Because I think I would have been out of there. And then I think everyone was so knocked for a loop by that, obviously. And then suddenly there was this weird influx of interest in the business. And so suddenly we were spending time going like, okay, well, here's a plan that gets us from this number of people to this number of people, and we'll hire a half. I still have that sheet somewhere. Like, we're gonna hire. We'll get like a part-time person here, and then 3 quarters later we'll do this, and we'll shoot for this, and it was a whole plan, like a 3-year plan. Suddenly, none of that ever came to pass. But so we ended up spending all this time in these meetings, like figuring this stuff out, and then like, and then, the people that would help us orchestrate that element and that would have been in place to force it to happen, they started leaving. So it was just like this sudden thing of just like, oh, well, okay, I guess that's not happening. And I think, it's, yeah, it's a weird, it's been a weird ride. Obviously, I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, I asked Ryan what I should do, and you should sign that contract. And I was like, all right, I guess. I mean, if it would help you, and he was about to get married and everything, and I was like, okay.
Spit on it.
I probably would not have signed the deal. I probably would not have stayed. If he hadn't given me that advice. And then, yeah, like I said, he was not around to, and then everything changed. It was, I mean, obviously it was a mess, right? I mean, a guy that I had known forever passing away so suddenly like that, it was fucking crushing, but then, like, yes, all the business around it was so fucking weird too.
What's up? Hey there, girl.
And then we kept at it for a lot of years after that. And it was just like, I don't know. It was, it kept going. But, weird how life happens. Weird how suddenly you blink and 10 years are going by or whatever it was. I was 11? No. I was at GameSpot for 11 years. And then this would have been, 13 or something like that? I don't know. It's weird because it never felt, that thing never stopped feeling like the new thing I was doing after GameSpot. Like even as I did it longer than I did GameSpot,
Good call on the meat.
And then obviously all that stuff changed in ways that I'm not going to go into again. It's just not even worth it. But
Carl, I ain't just a cheap fling.
But yeah, it's a fucking crazy business on its own, and then you mix in a bunch of real life along the way, and it just the weird stuff gets weirder. And, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows, man?
Well, what time is it?
It should have been different.
I'm gonna get going pretty soon. Not to just be like, oh yeah, all this stuff happened. Anyway, peace out. But yeah, I obviously it's fucking terrible when people lose their job. Especially when people that are like good at a thing,
CJ.
It didn't, you're like, oh, they're like skilled, talented people across these brands that are now out on the street. I think that fucking sucks. And yeah,
I can.
Laundry basket.
It's yeah.
Daddy, get you some.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone for
let's roll.
hanging out with this thing that I've been doing here, and being on Patreon, making it happen here. I mean it. I fucking I love this shit. I live for this shit. This is and I live for a lot more shit now. And that's maybe part of it. I changed a lot over the last 5 years, let's call it 3.5 years, 4 years. But I decided, this is I decided after Ryan passed away that I needed to stop fucking around and figure out what I wanted to do with my actual life. That was the thing I took from that, was like, what the fuck am I doing? I've devoted every waking minute of my adult life to video games, to this business. And
what the fuck, bro?
Time and time again, this business will prove to you.
Yeah, stop it.
That it does not give a fuck about
not anybody.
And that it will grind you into fucking dust if you let it.
Oh, dude, it's art. Art kills.
And so I decided, hey, I'm gonna allow room in my life for someone else. I'm gonna try to, and try to be more open. I'm gonna try to, I had blown relationships over video game reviews before, I bailed on dates because a review copy of a game came in, and it's like funny to joke about and everything, it's like, hey man, fucking sorry, Tony Hawk's Underground came out and came in, and that's way more important than going to this going on this date or whatever, right? Yeah.
No, you sure?
That one I stand by.
Too much.
Thug is a fucking awesome fucking game. But the thing I decided, is that I'm gonna try to make room for both. I'm gonna try to make room for to have a family. I'm gonna try to make room to settle down and all the stuff that like maybe like running from in a weird way or something. But, that it was time to figure all that shit out. And so I made a concerted effort to kind of figure my shit out, and met someone, got married, settled down, and got to a point where I was just trying to put I stopped smashing as many windows with baseball bats and breaking into abandoned buildings. And they banned the Good Four Loko anyway, so it's not like that was going to be fun. But I met someone and got married, and now we got 2 kids. And I decided along the way there that it was just like, hey, I'm not going to fucking be there sometimes. Sometimes people are going to ask me a fucking question, and I'm not going to have a fucking immediate answer because I'm going to fucking live my life, especially in the middle of the fucking pandemic and everything else. And, my schedule got weird and erratic over the last few years because I want to be able to hang out with the fucking kids. And it's like I was always putting in a minimum of 40 hours on the job, but I was not going to be willing to put in 80 anymore. I'm not going to be willing to do the 60-hour week, unless there was a damn good reason to do it. E3 and stuff, like the game of the year, like the big moments where you go like, well, this is just what this is, and this is how we have to do it. But like, nah, man. And if I can't, if I can't work a like reasonable schedule, and by reasonable I mean a minimum of 40, and do this job effectively, that's not. I don't want to fucking do it that way anymore. And I certainly don't want to like take the people that report to me or whatever and try to force them down the same fucking broken road that I went down. Like, no, not for these people, not for any people. And so and that's caused a bunch of weird sacrifices and splits, and there's just a bunch of people I don't keep up with anymore because I got kids and I'm trying to do this job, and it doesn't leave a ton of room for. And I've always been bad at reaching out to people anyway, and keeping in touch with people that I don't see on a regular basis. And that's the weirdest thing about not being there anymore is like the people that I was working with were the only people I was talking to on a regular basis other than my wife and kids. And now it's my wife and kids, and I just, and I'm on Discord here and there talking to people and doing stuff, but it's like, I just don't, I'm bad. I'm a real out of sight, out of mind kind of person. And that's bad for friendships and shit. But it's just like, these kids are real young and they're only going to be real young once. And it takes a lot of fucking time to try to do this stuff and try to be present for that stuff, and I'm going to do my best at it. And, if there are people out there that don't like that, then I don't care. There are people out there that's just like, you need to do more. There'll come a time. Like I said, I've got things I want to do on the other end of, there's places where I want this to grow. I would love to have a team in place to be able to do more, and so I've got ideas about what this looks like 5 years from now, and different versions, different variants about like, if we did this could be this could be this. And I've spent a lot of time thinking about that because I do think that there's value in having a group of people working together. But, that shit takes time. That shit takes, and right now I'm really loving what I'm doing. I got ideas on how I want to expand the Patreon and kind of do more interviews, and that's taken longer than I wish it did. But hey, we'll get there. That's the hope, right?
My name is Josh Brolin. I'm in the Criterion Closet, and I refused to look before I started because I want to be inundated by films that stand out. So Cassavetes, and Peter Falk. This is Mikey and Nicky. This is a film by Elaine May. It's a film that I love. I've seen many times, and there's something about Cassavetes' performance. Cassavetes as a great filmmaker, Woman Under the Influence, and all his other films, Shadows, Faces, Gloria. I'm a big fan of, and Peter Falk is just flawless. All right, let me look. Let me continue to look. Traffic. My dad's in Traffic. My dad has one scene in Traffic, and my dad was complaining that he only had one scene in the movie. And I saw this movie, and I called him, and I said, do you know how lucky you are to be in Steven Soderbergh's Traffic? A non-linear style. I don't know, there's something about the anecdotes of looking back and connecting different points in your life and seeing where they intersect and creating a whole narrative out of that. And Traffic is brilliantly done. Lost Highway. Now it's getting fun. I mean, all kind of strange, absurd movies, but David Lynch's Lost Highway, Patricia Arquette, who, when I saw True Romance for the first time, I was so blown away by what she did and how raw she was. Lost Highway is another movie that turned me on to David Lynch, and where I ultimately saw The Elephant Man, which I think is close to, at least for me, the perfect film. Repo Man. I mean, Alex Cox with, God, who's in it? Was it Emilio Estevez? Harry Dean Stanton? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another film by Alex Cox, which is Sid and Nancy. Both performances were incredible, but this is Roger Deakins, who I ended up working with 5 times and has become a close friend. And this was the beginning for him. And I remember there was a great sequence of the trash falling down in this alleyway, a slow motion sequence, and it's never left me since the first time I saw it. And I saw it fairly early on. I might have even seen it when it came out. I don't know what year was it. I was 18, 1986. It's movies like this that made me want to be involved in the movie industry. And it's movies like this that remind me what we put ourselves through to be good actors. Drugstore Cowboy, Gus Van Sant, who I ended up doing Milk with. Drugstore Cowboy, Matt Dillon, Kelly Lynch. Again, just pared down, something that when you're this idea of a writer or a poet, or you want to perceive yourself as that, you see movies like this because you're like, this is visual poetry.
Happen, and for those who saw that footage, you know what a leap it's been from then to now, which goes to highlight that, you know, early footage of stuff that isn't finished really is not representative of the final game. Seeing the game in full force, in somewhat final form, if you will, something relatively close to it, is really just something. And they really didn't hold back with Marvel's Wolverine here. This is an M-rated, violent as all hell, visceral title. And I kind of want to check out the gameplay trailer with you guys and react. We've been waiting for so long to actually get a glimpse of Wolverine, and this glimpse is blowing people's minds. So let's check this out.
Possibly be doing that. Huh? That was weird.
Just okay. Say less. I'm in. That's Wolverine. That growl. That's all you needed to do. That face. This is Wolverine. I think the casting for Wolverine was really spot on. I mean, he just has a very specific aura, and they had to get the casting absolutely nailed. And the confidence of opening with Wolverine right here, just zoomed in on his face, goes to highlight it. They're like, we know we got the right Wolverine. I really think they did. Look at this. Oh, we got frickin' Omega Red over here. You can see the Omega symbol on his forehead right here. But yeah, this game is promising to have tons of villains and even many allies of Wolverine that are not showcased in this trailer, but, you know, did leak. But also, I'm not going to talk about the leaks as to avoid spoilers for those who have been avoiding spoilers. So anyway, let's continue.
Hey, CJ, you made it.
Been fighting.
Hey, keep up, Holmes. It's not far now, eh?
Come on, car, follow us.
nuts on you.
You've been drinking brake fluid.
Oh. Oh, what?
You should have been drowned at birth, fool. Nice one, dude. You a genius.
Longer than I can remember.
Yeah, but that voice is it, man. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. This is Wolverine. This is what a Wolverine game should be. And they held nothing back when it comes to blood.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. The trouble just has a way of finding me.
Dismemberment seems to be a thing. And some of those finisher moves are insane looking.
Doesn't matter where I go.
The claws to the head. Oh, oh my gosh. I love the color palette. Oh, the spray of blood that is appropriate to getting sliced by claws. This is almost like Insomniac's Last of Us in the sense of like the way Naughty Dog graduated from Uncharted's more like action-adventure style of just presentation and combat to the grittier Last of Us. It feels like a similar path with Insomniac going from the more action-adventure Spider-Man to now this much more grittier, visceral Wolverine. Like, it's not acrobatically elegant, it's all very, like, rough. Like, he gets his hands dirty, and you really see the suffering that happens during combat, if you will. Whereas combat in Uncharted and Spider-Man look really clean, in like The Last of Us and Wolverine, it looks really like gritty and really like dirty. And it's exactly kind of like combat and action vibe that a game like Wolverine needs. This is not Cirque du Soleil, this is like underground cage fighting, if that makes sense.
Death's always waiting. Just not for me.
The technology, the graphics technology, definitely a step up from past Insomniac titles like Marvel Spider-Man 1 and 2. Freaking Mystique over here. So Wolverine seems to be the start of something bigger, because we're definitely seeing a lot more than just Wolverine-related stuff. We're seeing kind of X-Men stuff tie into this as well. So we're definitely going to see a greater cast of characters within that universe. And Mystique is one that they finally officially introduced. If you've seen the leaks, you know, you'll see others for sure. Again, I'm not going to talk about that, though, as to avoid spoilers. But I'm excited to see what they do here and how they kind of follow. This almost feels like its own Marvel's interactive universe, with Spider-Man and now with X-Men and or with Wolverine and everything they're tying in with X-Men. And I wonder if there's room for Wolverine and Spider-Man to cross paths. Though I feel like Wolverine being as violent as it is and Spider-Man being a lot more, I don't know, family-friendly, I guess. I don't know. That'll be an interesting blend to achieve. If they ever go for that, they may not. I don't know. This is just purely speculative. But seeing Mystique here is really cool. The set pieces. I know hero, he says.
I'm Wolverine.
Goddamn right. Oh my god, the suit. Hold on, let's take a look at the suit here. Oh. Yeah, that's it. They did a really, really good job with the design of the suit here. I'm a big fan of Deadpool and Wolverine. I think the suit here might even be better than in that movie. And that movie already did a phenomenal job with the suit, but there's just something a little more honed in about this suit. It's just perfect. I mean, even the shape of his grimace is just what you would associate with Wolverine, but also the level of detail here. And all this is in engine. This is not CGI, for sure. Just the beard, the detailing there, the individual teeth and everything. I don't know. I know it's all small, it's seemingly insignificant minutia, but I love seeing it. And like the wide eyes. I mean, the wide eyes is what kind of glues it all together, and they really nail that down with this mask here. It's just perfect. Like, this is just how Wolverine should look. And then freaking Sentinel, I'm telling you, man, they're going deep into the X-Men lore with Wolverine. It's not just about Wolverine. Obviously, it's going to be centered around him, and it's going to be, I imagine it's going to be very personal for him. But in terms of the plot and all the overarching elements, it's going to tie in a lot of Marvel stuff, a lot of X-Men stuff, for sure. Fall 2026, so that's the bad news. Well, I say let them cook however long they need to cook, but fall 2026 is so far away. That is another year, basically, before we see the launch of this game. But if they can work on this for an extra year and they can have the rest of the game look as it does here in this trailer, look at this. Look at the detail. Look, the freaking blood. The fact that they held nothing back and they truly made a visceral, extremely violent X-Men game as this needs to be, given the nature of Wolverine. That is something that I'm really grateful for. And I think for a long time Marvel was afraid to kind of delve into M-rated stuff. It wasn't until Deadpool kind of broke that wall in terms of an M-rated MCU or Marvel property being represented in M-rated format or mature format or rated R or whatever, that we started seeing Marvel getting more comfortable with that, because they realized that a lot of people who engage with Marvel stuff now are adults and they're grown-ups, and they don't mind a more mature take on these characters. They don't want just the family-friendly cartoon stuff. They want real representations of these characters. They want something that feels a little more grounded. And with Wolverine, this feels like how Wolverine would be in real life. I mean, if Wolverine actually existed, it would be visceral, it would be violent, and it would be this kind of thing where, it's not a pretty story. It's not he goes through stuff and he makes his enemies go through it as well, certainly. So it's cool to see Wolverine being represented as he should be represented. And look at the hair. I mean, it's just, on his arms and everything, just so true to the actual character. I could not be more grateful. And then there's the behind the claws, as they call it, or behind the scenes that they highlight here, that reveals who is playing Wolverine, and they talk about some of their goals with this title. Let's check that out real quick.
The question that comes up a lot to us at Insomniac Games is, are you going to make a Wolverine game that is as violent, as visceral as the character in the comics?
Hey, have you heard the new Wolverine
I think there's a very clear answer there.
Visceral comics?
Working with Wolverine is interesting because part of the root to who he is that he's an unreliable narrator. He has gaps in his memory. So Wolverine doesn't really remember
that concept art
of his life, and that's got to be an extremely frustrating aspect.
He's this ball of rage and fury, but then
he could turn on a dime, and he could be very, very kind and tender in the next moment. When we're casting for someone like Logan, what we're looking for in character traits are someone who can convey a lot with very little being spoken.
When you have that first moment,
just
that we
tearing the
show
body in
Logan,
half.
There's so
Insane.
much emotion that you can feel behind his eyes. He looks relentless. He looks gritty. He looks angry. But also he looks maybe a little sad.
That level of acting and being able to just deliver that performance with believability across both spectrums was something Insomniac, ourselves, we all agreed he was the one. We don't need to see anybody else.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, I'm Liam McIntyre, and I play James Logan Howlett in Marvel's Wolverine. That's not bad. That one sort of works.
So you may best know Liam for his role in Spartacus as, well, Spartacus, but he's also done a lot of voice acting as well. He's been a part of animation and games and whatnot. So you can see right here in his list of credits, he's done quite a lot across a wide array of works. And something that I've discovered is that he placed Terran Malicos in Jedi Fallen Order, who was like one of my favorite characters in that game. He was in Gears 5, among many others. Yeah, I think he absolutely crushes everything he touches. I'm actually really excited to see his take on Logan. And I mean, from what I see in the trailer, he's absolutely nailing it. I also got to meet Liam, and I will say he's also, just as a human being, he's genuinely like a really cool guy. And he is a genuine fan of Wolverine. Like when I kind of spoke to him, he did express an immense level of excitement and talked about just how, yeah, he kind of grew up with Wolverine. So, the enthusiasm that he has for this character really shows, and I'm just really happy for him. I just wish him all the best with like how this is going to turn out. And I think it's going to turn out really freaking good. But yeah, let's see what else he has to say.
Know what Wolverine is, who he is. My job is to try and find the essence of who Wolverine is, especially as it applies to our story. People hurt him, people take from him, people betray him. He still fights for people who can't fight for themselves. It's one of the greatest honors of my life, one of the biggest responsibilities I've ever had, and one of the coolest things I've ever got to do.
Yeah, and he's also a genuine gamer. Like, he does play games too, which is cool.
Staying true to the Wolverine experience.
And then how do we want to put our Insomniac stamp on that? How do we want to put our own spin and creativity, but still give something new and fresh that fans are going to be excited about?
It's the full package. It is a level of detail that we've never been able to do before.
You could see it in the trailer. You can see pores.
Man.
You can see blood in between the little
The way the
lines.
blood seeps.
I love the attention to detail.
It's exciting that we're going to be able
through
to
the fur,
fidelity to players.
Wolverine
and through his hair and through his teeth and everything
goes
else.
to many places through the comics.
You'll see the Canadian wilderness. You'll see Japan.
There's a shot where Logan is sliding down that rooftop, and you can see the breadth of Madripoor and Lowtown.
It's always nice teasing.
So some locations confirmed,
and the amount of characters that we'll be seeing in the game. Omega Red makes an appearance. Mystique is there, and there are some hints to other characters that fans of Wolverine will recognize for sure. Another visual element of Marvel's Wolverine is the blood. The blood tech that was put in this game is pretty phenomenal.
There's a part in the trailer where Logan jumps down and then he does the claws up through the face. That one I thought maybe was going to be taking it too far, but I am so glad that we have it. It looks fantastic.
There is no too far when it comes to Wolverine violence.
Combat, making that special, making
he doesn't care,
like
right?
Him, making it feel different to anything else you play. That's a tough job. What's so cool for me is there was this one section of the game I got to try.
And actually,
it was just
it's fine, whatever.
So incredibly satisfying, and I was like, "This is."
He never really cut anybody in the comic.
We're pretty excited about the artwork that we're using on the cover. It's
I don't know
dynamic.
how they do that.
It's rough-edged. You notice it doesn't look like our
They never really show. Once in a while, they'll show him stabbing somebody or something.
Rage and fury,
and maybe in the new ones, they show
and a lot of yellow,
gunning,
which also is Wolverine.
But it was always just suggested
people I've ever worked with. They make you feel part of their team. That's not something you always get.
We've been in a creative collaboration with Insomniac Games and PlayStation for over a decade now. We've made some of the greatest superhero games of all time, and that was always the goal. Making games that are timeless.
Yeah, people
I think fans are going to be excited, but I'm also really excited about it because I'm really proud of what we made.
We could have asked for a better studio
Wolverine game ever.
To helm Wolverine than Insomniac.
That's why they keep
and the Wolverine team especially. We want to thank you for taking time.
They should be the de facto superhero game studio.
You know what I mean?
And those who tackle superhero video games need to follow their model because they know what they're doing. They know how to cook with this stuff. Oh man, the viewership on these is already pretty significant. The trailer just on the PlayStation channel alone is already at almost 4.5 million views. The hype, the anticipation for this title, and how long people have been waiting for a proper Wolverine game. And this being helmed by Insomniac, have already proven themselves with Marvel Spider-Man and are proving themselves once again with what they've shown at the trailer, where they represent the character and the kind of game this should be really well. And it being, looking vast as well with the open world environments looking just really wide open. And the set pieces looking incredibly epic, and all of this being the culmination of Insomniac's past learnings, with the past already showing tremendous mastery over game development. It all highlights a game that I think is very confident looking to be really something special, especially for Wolverine fans. And as someone who also grew up watching Wolverine throughout various media, this is genuinely surreal. It's genuinely I think a touching moment for a lot of people whose childhoods involved Wolverine, and seeing him grow up with us and seeing him be represented in such a mature way. Yeah, I just think it's a good time to both be a fan of gaming and a fan of the superhero genre, and the marriage we're seeing of the two in recent years has been nothing short of fantastic. So there you have it, folks. That's one man's take on Marvel's Wolverine and what they've shown so far. After all this time, they finally showed gameplay, and I think the wait has been worth it. That's my take. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions on what you've seen.
And then what? How you supposed to staple it to it? You ain't got no stapler. I don't.
And discussions.
I hated when they did that.
Right here
When we're in
on
class, at least we have a
I'll
stapler.
see you guys next time.
And I'm supposed to answer in a complete sentence. On top of that,
It only just recently
I hated
on me a huge
No, that's our
moment
science book.
that I haven't been reviewing any of the games that I've been playing. I've reviewed
One of
them
my
on
kids
stream,
just started
but
writing over
I
the
haven't
next
done
question.
a video,
No,
a pseudo.
And that's not just. I remember that in college,
I've
dude.
played every major
It's
release
I
over the
know,
last
I know,
month.
okay.
I have, of course, posted all of them to my gaming channel, which
that
I do give a review once I've
I
finished
loved
the
about
games,
all of
but I
them.
haven't done an actual formal one here.
Double
so I'm going to play
spaced.
a little catch up because gaming
No,
journalism
double
has never
spaced,
been worse.
one
And I
side.
don't say that lightly. Some of the scores I've
It
seen
was easy to
recently,
write for papers.
boy, I don't know what the fuck has
And that is
gone
the way you
wrong
do it. That's
at
the
some of these
standard.
outlets. Maybe the
But
chemtrails
double
theory is real,
space,
but it's
dude.
localized entirely to
But
gaming
plenty
journalists.
of room.
It's fucking baffling. Some of these
For some
scores
reason, when
I've seen.
those people, when they make the
in
test,
the
they
glory
don't
hole
like
that
giving
is
you enough
game
room.
reviews, there's only one.
Yeah, they don't
path
want to
you
hand
can
you a
trust.
test of this fucking
So
thing.
I want to give
So-
When they
you
make the
my
test,
thoughts
when
on
they
some of
make
the
the
most recent
books,
AAA
They only
titles
wanted
that
2
I've
or
beaten.
3 page
I'm gonna give
tests.
probably my favorite Metal Gear
Well,
Solid
then give me
Delta
less
Snake
questions,
here.
dude.
So when this came out, I was a little tardy to the party.
I
saw
like
a lot
on
of
the
people
internet.
were
I know
shitting
you're
on
not
it. They
on
were
much,
saying
but
that it
like
was
some of
really
the
bad
answers
because
those
it was
kids
kind
give
of
on
one to
tests
one with the original,
can
and
be
also
witty as
apparently
fuck.
it had
I know,
day one
I know.
performance
You know, like
problems.
when they know they
But
don't know it.
since that
Right.
party got sharded
No,
without me,
And it's like high
when I
school.
arrived to the shindig,
It makes you
it
jealous
kind of was
almost.
just
Like,
mixed. I
Because,
didn't
yeah, they
have
came
a
they're one of those
single
kids
hiccup
who's going
with
to be
this
a
game.
comedian or
There
a
was
writer
no
on a
performance
television
issues at
show.
all.
You're like,
And I'm really happy that it was
be
one
like,
to
oh,
one with
you
the
witty
original,
little
just like an
motherfucker. But
upgrade
yeah,
with
they
some
come up with
quality
some
of life
pretty funny
improvements.
shit.
That's like exactly what
Answers
I
to some of
want.
those
But
questions.
admittedly, I do kind of
I've
understand
got
it because
some
if
of
you
my
went into the
kids who I'm
game
like,
under the
yeah.
impression it'd be like
What was that
Resident Evil 2
one?
remake,
Don't
where it
you
really
remember
does
the
feel like an entirely
lasers?
different game,
The
like that
lasers
is,
and the
you know,
trap, and I
deviated
can't
from
remember.
the OG,
Or
but
like,
still like
there was
faithful.
one.
Then I could understand being a little disappointed that
Yeah,
this
I
one is
can't
so
remember.
close
There
to
was
the
one
OG.
last year
But for me,
that like
I love
she
that. I
totally
played
like
the
no, that
original when I
was
was
not
younger,
the
but I know for a
point. But
fact I
like
didn't beat it.
she's like, yeah, I'd kill them
My
all.
brain
Because
couldn't
it was
fathom the
about
Kojima
invasive
vision and
species
the
or
genius
something, and she
behind
was
the
like, kill
design
them
of the
all.
game, and I know for a
Set them
fact
all on
I never
fire.
saw those credits roll.
You're like,
So
well,
coming out
Yep.
here in my 30s, I knew this time
that's
around
lit in
this
a
was
way.
probably going to be special.
Burn them
And it
all.
was even more special than I imagined
What
it
else
would
would
be.
you
The
put?
game is just so fucking fun. It is this
Yeah.
beautiful playground of just insanity that you can pull off. So like, towards the end of the game, probably my favorite example of that. You can defeat one of the bosses, one of the major antagonists, and you
But
get
yeah,
his
I imagine
camo.
high
When you
school,
defeat
though,
them
like, some of
using
those written
CQC
fuckers.
or using only
I bet
like
you they do.
non-lethal, you get a special drop from them, usually camo.
No, that was,
So
by the way,
that's how I did
topic
my whole
change. That's the
playthrough,
second
and when I
time I
got to
listened to
that
that
boss
little
and I
video
got that
from Jeff.
camo, and the camo is two-sided on
And
the
no,
front.
it's some deep
It's
shit,
a
actually.
Vulcan fit, so
I was
as
like,
long
ow,
as
bro.
that front is facing enemies, they don't
Putting
shoot
it
you,
out
but
there,
on
huh?
the back is an American flag, so if they see that, they'll shoot at you. So the final scene of the game, wearing this camo, all I
But
would
yeah,
do is
50
I would
years
make
old
sure
and
I was
playing video
angled towards
games.
all the bad
What,
guys, so they'd
what
shoot
the
a few
fuck?
bullets,
I
and then
don't
I'd turn
know.
and stare at them like with the Medusa
Who knows?
stare,
And
and they'd just stop
anyways,
because they thought
weird
I was their
shit.
commanding
This
officer.
is all weird shit.
So it was just so fucking amazing. Just look at
This
this.
is all weird shit.
Pull me up next to them. I have some strong words for them.
Oh. What? But yeah, it sounds like
I don't need
basically
They understand their objective.
he just never
It's to not
managed to
hurt me.
fucking cash in on any of that during that whole ride. That whole. And
Eva,
that's probably
step
a
on it.
lot of people. Like, yeah, for all the people
mind
you
control
hear
is
that
working.
were able to, you know,
Eva, give it some gas.
what they call score the bag, grab the bag, whatever. Like the vast majority of
let's
people
get out of here.
didn't. Like,
I feel like if I take out my gun, they're gonna shoot at me.
Yeah.
they didn't end up owning an
Eva,
IPO. That's
please.
what I halfway thought. That's
I feel
why
like there's
it
only
was
so long this can
surprising to
work.
halfway everybody. But I thought they owed the
All right,
websites or
I'm gonna
this
go
and
for
that, but I don't think it wasn't
No,
quite.
we're fine.
What you think? We're like, yeah, we find out
How
OnlyFans
about a
is
thank
what
you,
you
boys?
think, or how many people are on YouTube with 0-1 view like? It's not. I was listening to it
Stop shooting.
for free, basically for free.
And then you didn't.
Get any money at
I
all,
like that.
at all.
Who was that evangelist?
God's like,
The guy that would like
Mhm.
cure people by staring
Mhm.
at them. Brazo, I think it was, with the Brazo
Sure.
stare. It is just so fun to get
Yep,
experimental
their
with
shit's
all
all
of the
out there.
crazy ways to engage with the enemies.
Yeah.
Also,
Not
the
just-
game looks amazing. It is a beautiful looking
Depending
game.
on how low
The
you
story
went.
I absolutely love, even though it is
far
just
you
fucking
went to try to get
insano
those
style
views,
nonsense
and then you
sometimes.
still
It is
didn't get
just
'em.
so
Mhm.
charming and so like it draws you in.
Yeah.
Everything
But at
about
the same
Metal
time,
Gear
you know,
Solid Delta Snake Eater,
it cuts
I think
the
is
shaft.
just a
It's like the
fucking grand
Eucharist. It gets
slam.
the weak out of
I
your life. Get it out of the,
absolutely
you know,
loved
and you
the
tell your
game.
kids when they're
And
not
I
young,
feel
but
like
like,
there is so much depth to it. I
and
didn't
you
really
just hope,
do a
because
whole
that's,
lot of stealth.
a
I was
guy was
mainly
talking
fucking
about
around
it.
with all
Mostly,
kinds of
hopefully
wacky
it works.
approaches and
But it's
wacky
just,
ideas.
there's so
But I
many
already know
people
because I went
now
back
that
and watched
are,
some like
that
people
have
that
their
are really
shit
good
out
at stealth
there,
doing some crazy
that it's
challenge
not going to
runs.
be, it's going to
But
get
there's just
lost
so
in the tidal
much to
wave
do in this. There's so
of
much freedom
information. You know what I
to
mean?
explore and
It's not
approach
going to be
every
that big of
encounter
a
in
deal.
unique ways.
Yeah.
And there's so many like
Now that could
wild
You know
mechanics
what
to
I mean?
like even just
Especially
the
if it's
story
when you
elements
were
where like
young.
you can approach even
You know what I
like
mean?
narrative pieces in so many different ways. So
Yeah,
like
as long as you
for
aren't
instance, you
doing
get
like two
captured
girls
at
in
one
a
point.
cup.
You're in a jail
Man,
cell.
I'm telling you, girls
Well,
can
one of the
recover
ways you
from
can
that,
you can
dude.
get out
Enough
is you can
times,
make
what, a
friends with
decade,
the
a girl can completely
guard
change
by
her
like
life in a
throwing your
decade
meal back at him 3 times. Like there's just so many things you can do.
and
I
put all that
cannot
shit
glaze the
behind her.
game
I don't know.
harder.
Right
I
next
think it is a banger. So let's
who
go
knows?
from Metal
Would
Gear
be, yeah,
Solid
everybody
into the
has
next
a lot of
AAA
shit
game
out
on
there.
the docket, which would be Chronos:
So
The New Dawn.
I think nobody cares
I think this
anymore.
game
You
is a
give it,
sleeper hit. I don't know how well the game is sold. Hopefully it's selling really well because it deserves it. I saw, or rather I heard, some publications gave this like a 5 out of 10 in some cases. Like I know IGN I think
What are
gave
we
it a
talking
7, which is a little more reasonable. But I think the game is like really good, and I think people just are kind of sleeping on it. This is a game that I think a lot of people have probably seen snippets of at like Jeff Keighley's Game Awards and stuff, because they have like the iconic pussy helmet where you kind of look like Isaac from Dead Space if his helmet was more like astronaut vaginal shaped. And it's a game that does borrow a bit from Dead Space in terms of like atmosphere and aesthetic, but it's not really playing like Dead Space other than the ability to stomp on enemies on the ground for dismemberment to try and stop them from like fusing and being stronger. It's a game that's more similar to Resident Evil, which all of you know I'm a huge Resident Evil guy. I just played all 30 of those fucking games over the last like 2 months. So I really liked it. I think the story was extremely unique. It's a story, well, I don't know, I don't know if I should get into spoilers when it comes to reviewing games like this. I'm totally fine to do it for like movies and shows and shit, but I feel like maybe for games it's not a good idea. So instead, I'll just give you the basics. You are on a mission. You are looking to collect people for a greater purpose, a greater calling. You meet a friend along the way, and the two of you have a noble goal in mind together. Humanity is kind of doomed after a big apocalyptic infection type thing spread. And where the story goes, I think most people probably won't expect, and I was really drawn into it. I think it was a really good narrative. I will say, though, I do think the finale, albeit I do think it is strong, I think a lot of people might be a little disappointed with a very cliche element that gets introduced that you've probably seen in a lot of sci-fi before, but I do think they handle it well here. I think they do a good job with it, but I think some people might find that underwhelming. I think the game is really good, but it does have flaws. This is not like a 9 out of 10 game or anything like that. It's not a fucking masterpiece, but this is a game that I think is extremely solid that most people will probably have a lot of fun with. The biggest hiccups for this game come from its gameplay. The guns lack any and all semblance of, like, power. Half the time I couldn't even tell when a bullet fired. So it's gonna feel like you're shooting the fucking noisy cricket from Men in Black, where you see the kickback, but you don't really see anything else. Like, it is powerful, no doubt, but there's not really any way of knowing that. But I still, like, the weapons are still, like, fun to use and everything, but I just thought that was worth mentioning. The biggest thing, though, is the inventory. I hate the inventory in here. I'm totally fine with, like, really strict inventory management. Like I said, I just played all the Resident Evil games. There are some in there that are just unforgiving. They will spank your cheeks red. So you have to be, like, really careful with inventory management. This game takes it to an extreme, where you get, like, no inventory slots. You have to, like, fully commit all of your cores, which is what you use to upgrade inventory, health, and all that, to inventory. You can't really deviate from that. You need to beeline inventory, because otherwise you're never going to have space for all the key items, and there's tons of key items. So your guns take up an inventory slot, your bullets take up an inventory slot, your healing items take up an inventory slot, and anything else. Key items like bolt cutters, stuff like that. And that's fine and dandy, but I think it is criminal how little space you have and how small the stacks are. So like shotgun, you can only stack 5. Anything above 5, you make a separate stack, so now you're taking up 2 slots. And it takes, like, sometimes 3 or 4 shotgun pumps in order to kill an enemy.
Okay.
So
I'm trying to watch a
like,
meter, and I'm
it's
trying
just
to
really unforgiving. And it just feels tedious for the sake of being tedious. Like, it just becomes a headache, a chore more than anything. Like, I don't think it adds a challenge, because you'll always be able to overcome it. Like, you can integrate melee into things. But it's just so annoying to have to, like, decide between carrying, like, 2 stacks of ammo or leaving space for a key item that you might encounter here pretty soon. I don't know, I just hated the inventory so much. But outside of that, I think the gameplay is good. I don't think there's a lot of enemy variety, so it's going to get a little stale fighting the same enemies over and over and over again for most people. But I think that the story makes up for that. The visuals are top-notch, too. It is a breathtaking game. It looks amazing. And I just think overall it's a really solid experience. I guess if I was to, like, slap numbers on these games, I would tell you to go fuck yourself. I don't do that anymore. I don't think numbers really contribute anything here. I'm just giving you all of my, like, raw thoughts here, vomiting them out, letting you know, did I like it, did I not like it? Or do I think it's worth playing, do I not think it's worth playing? For Chronos, I definitely think it's worth playing. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, also definitely think it's worth playing. Let's go ahead and move on to the next AAA game. So now let's move on to Dying Light The Beast. This is brand spanking new, just came out like a week ago. This puppy is fresh here. This bun is straight out of the oven. And it's hot. This game is a slapper. I think this is the best Dying Light game. And I know a lot of people, myself included, were kind of let down with Dying Light 2. This is such a drastic improvement, it is night and day. I do also think it is better than the first one. And I think a lot of people were probably confused about Dying Light the Beast. I saw in chat when I was streaming this, a lot of people asking if this is a full game or a DLC. This is a full standalone game, and it feels like it too. It is meaty. So I mainly did the main story. I only did like 3 or 4 side quests, and there's a lot of side quests. And at least the ones I did were pretty good. Like,
Hey, fuck you, man. And I don't care what you heard. I ain't nobody's ass technician, bitch. Hey, what's up, Lo? Technician ain't gangster. That's what's up. I heard that. Listen, Carl. If I'm going back to a cell, I want to have a big party first. This may be my last chance to get hurt. Okay, so what's the plan? Well, I'm going to slide back over to Grove Street and get those sounds bombastic, fantastic. All right, so what you want me to do? I want you to get ready for the party and get some girls, man. Okay. Get some real fly girls, you know what I'm saying? The ones in the bikinis and shit in the videos. That's what I'm talking about. I told you, brother, I'm the chronicle of our struggles, the voice of the families like Moses, only keeping it real. You said it. You know what I'm saying?
Really killing me is I can't seem to get these weeds out of the driveway. I tried napalm, I tried gasoline, of course.
Okay, stop. Listen, I want you to listen. Are you listening to me, Mark?
It's Mike.
Okay, good. Now we'll test.
But yeah.
Park your nodes
Look
on
at
the
this
seats.
amazing. Some of these kids are smart.
Mm-hmm.
No, they really aren't.
What tickles your nodes, man?
Sorry.
No, they're not. I'm kind of impressed when they get some shit right. Me. Oh, please. No. Oh, sorry.
No.
The Buddha Master from Cypress Hill, blazing it in the cup.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole load of Kiflon.
24/7 420, Radio Los Santos.
Mom, Josh just broke the vodka bottle on your nightstand.
Life is a circle, friend.
You little shits, I'll kill you.
Raising a family in the suburbs is tough.
Alright, my shit is coming together, you feel me?
Things make us violent.
The anti-beef movement. Both Hitler and Mussolini were vegetarian.
And we take on the highly charged debate about test tube babies and actually talk to one.
Flashbacks, go into hysterics in science class. Do you know what it's like growing up in a beaker?
That's all today on I Say, You Say. We share last names, but that's about it. I'm Peyton, that's my wife Mary, and this is I Say, You Say, where left is right and right is...
Or where east meets west, and the west always wins.
Yeah.
That wall came down, darling.
Yes, unfortunately.
No, there are so
I
many
know you saw
suicidal
today's news,
drivers.
So who is in the right in this great dialectical disaster?
right.
Is it, as I think, because share and share alike, love your fellow man and all wear matching jumpsuits while working on a hydroponic farm growing potatoes? Or kill or be killed, crush the weak, and starve the poor, as my wonderful wife thinks? You decide, or let us decide.
Like, they were beefy, they had a lot to do, and they were enjoyable. They weren't just like really boring side quests that were just kind of afterthoughts. So it seems like they're pretty fleshed out. Point is, it still took me like 15 hours just to go through mainly the main story, and I did do quite a lot of exploring. So in Dying Light the Beast, you get a big sandbox where you can, of course, play and get a little wild with how you approach killing zombies. The movement in this game is silky. It is so fucking smooth. It is buttery. And there are so many movement options. The skill ceiling on just traversing Dying Light the Beast is sky high. There are so many flexible ways of approaching this. I am blown away. It was so fun. But I will say, I really wish they did still have fast travel, because going from one side of the map to the other, which you're going to do a lot in the campaign, like, that did feel a little needless to not just have, like, a couple of fast travel spots from, like, main hubs. That'd be really nice. It'd just be a good quality of life change. But since the movement is so good, it was never, like, a slog to do that or anything. You were still having fun because you were just gliding around the terrain. You even get a grappling hook eventually, which then offers more ways of traversing and even more ways of like skill expression. There's a lot of things you can do with the grappling hook, like comboing out of moves. The parkour has never been better than in Dying Light the Beast. They crushed the parkour. I really think Dying Light the Beast, the focus was just on making a really fun game. They put all of their eggs in the basket of gameplay, which of course neglected the story. That is the worst part of Dying Light the Beast. The narrative is not great. It's serviceable. Like, I don't think it's a bad story, it's just very simple. Crane, Kyle, he wants revenge. He's been experimented on for 13 fucking years. He finally breaks free, and he just wants to let the demons out, and he wants to get revenge and kill the guys responsible. Doesn't really get too much deeper than that. And that's fine, because it lets you just go out there and slaughter a ton of zombies, kill a bunch of bad guys. It's great. The melee combat feels super smooth. It feels really good. Everything gameplay-wise, I think, is top-notch. And also, a really surprising standout in this was the music. I actually thought they did an amazing job with the music here, which I did not expect. But again, the emphasis is on the gameplay, and I think pretty much everyone will enjoy the gameplay of Dying Light the Beast. If you've played the previous games, I think you're going to love this one. I think it is across the board an improvement in every area, except story. I don't think the narrative is as strong as like Dying Light 1. But I also don't think that they really tried to make it better. They really just, I feel, wanted to deliver a super fun-to-play game, and in that aspect, I think they very much succeeded. I definitely think it's worth buying. Now let's move on to the most recent AAA game, the final one over the last month or so that I've played through and beaten, Silent Hill F. I actually just finished it tonight, and chat made me aware that I haven't reviewed any games in a while, which is what prompted me to, make this video. Silent Hill F is a mixed bag. I really think there are some things to like about it. I think the atmosphere is great. I think the story is really interesting, but very, very hard to follow and extremely confusing, even after you get towards the end of the game, starting to finish the game. It doesn't start to come into focus what it's all really about until the last 20-ish minutes. So a lot of times you're going to be fumbling around in the dark trying to piece together well, what does all this mean? Obviously there's a lot of symbolism, but what does it all tie into? And I think for a lot of people, it's not going to really feel like a Silent Hill game. And I do get that. It does feel pretty far removed from what you expect in a Silent Hill experience. It seems like they wanted to get very experimental. And I think it hits more than it shits, but it's not all great. I do think the protagonist here, Hinako, is a very strong protagonist. It's a character with a lot of complexity. I don't want to get into spoiler. I was just about to drop a huge fucking spoiler. I think Hinako is a very interesting character. And there is a lot to unpack with her journey and what she is going through here. And she is surrounded by some characters that I don't think get as much fleshing out as I think they needed to. Like Tsukako, Shu, or Rinko. I don't really think you get enough from them to make them compelling characters, or side characters here. It feels like it's mainly about Hinako, which is fine, but you start to not care about the others all that much. But I do think it is a good story. I want to make that clear. I think overall it is a very strong story, albeit keeps you in the dark for a really long time fishing for answers. I think they nailed the atmosphere. It's a really, really good looking game. The art direction is great. I like the style of the game. But the biggest problem is the combat. Holy fuck, the combat is annoying. It's not terrible. For the first 2 hours, you're probably going to feel oh, this is refreshingly different. This is kind of interesting. It has dodging and hitting with the big steel pipe and a sledgehammer. And these enemies have interesting movesets that you'll dodge or counterattack on. You have a focus meter where you can do new attacks if you fully fill your focus. You have your sanity meter to also manage. Oh, you also have omomoris, which act as these charms that you can put on that give you bonuses like max stamina, max health, or certain things where if you counterattack an enemy, you get some health back. It seems like there's a lot of depth there. Until you get 4 or so hours in the game and you realize there's only 3 enemy types, really. I mean, I guess there's 5 if you include the ones that have coral on them, and if you include the farty booby monsters and stuff like that. But there's not really a lot of enemies. The first 2 enemies you encounter in this game are within the first 45 minutes, and that is mainly what you see throughout the whole game. So every fight feels the same, and it feels slow. Very, very slow and sometimes unresponsive. And it's slow by design. This isn't supposed to be like a Souls game like a lot of people think that it is. Like, yeah, it has dodging, and yes, it has, you know, right bumper to attack, and there's a heavy attack and stuff. But it doesn't really have a lot of Souls DNA or like a Souls formula here, which I think is a good call. But what they have instead is just not very fun. Like, it loses its luster so early because you've already done all the combat has to offer right after the tutorial. It does not get deeper. So it's just the same thing over and over and over again. And as you go throughout the game, it just keeps throwing so many combat sections at you. Pretty much every single facet of this game is kill these enemies, then move forward. So you have to fight through freaking hordes of enemies in a combat system that is just so simple and not really fun. And I know some people have been saying, oh, it's a skill issue, that's why people aren't liking the combat. It's not hard. Granted, I didn't play on max difficulty, I just did normal difficulty. It's not hard, it's just really slow. I think I only died like twice in the whole playthrough, and it was mainly just from my eyes glazing over during the combat sections and desperately trying to fucking brute force my way through, or like avoid them entirely, because it's just not worth the time of like hitting them 6 times to kill them, and just hitting them 6 times takes like 2 minutes, just because of how slow it all moves. I really, the combat did not do it for me. I enjoyed it in the beginning, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to see how this, like, you know, gets deeper and, you know, how it all kind of pans out, because certainly there's more to it. I'm getting a lot of different, like, weapons, so there's probably more to it, but there never is. So the combat was a big letdown. I do like the systems that they put in place, though, where you collect things where you can either use it as a healing item or a booster, or you can offer it to your shrines, which will give you faith, which you can then spend to upgrade, like, your max health, max stamina, or Omamori slots, which, again, as I mentioned, are like charms that'll help you out. I think that's a cool idea, but overall the gameplay's just not great, in my opinion. The puzzles are cool. I mean, Silent Hill's always had really cool puzzles, and I think that's pretty intact here. There's some really creative puzzles in here. Some real brain busters. I got stumped on 1 or 2. Like, I think they did a good job with the puzzles. I like the levels. I really like the environment, especially when you're in the alternate realm. Not going to get too deep on that, because I'm really trying to avoid spoilers. I think it's a good game. Do I think it's like the strongest Silent Hill? Fuck no. Do I think it's as strong as Silent Hill 2 Remake even? No, I don't. Do I think it's worth buying? Yes. If you like this genre of games already. This is an expensive game. This is one of those $70 price tag games now. So I do think that this is a game that is probably for people that already know they like this genre and don't mind putting up with gameplay that is probably not going to be what they want for the entire like 10 or 11 hours they spend going through the game, because you're probably going to want to play through multiple times for all the endings.
You should buy the game.
This is a game that has multiple endings that require multiple playthroughs, and I think this is a good game. I enjoyed it. I don't regret my time with it, but it is not a game I think everyone's going to like. And I was going to throw in a little bonus here for Hollow Knight Silksong now that I've finished the true ending. I gave you the review after doing just the main ending,
I wasn't listening.
but my thoughts really haven't changed that much. I love the true ending. It still is my second favorite game of the year, just behind Expedition 33, but I do think Silksong is a masterpiece. Everything I said and gushing grannies over it in my first review of it after finishing the first main ending is still true even after finishing the true ending. The true ending added a lot of content, like going through and doing all the wishes just to get there. Like, it was a journey, and it was an extremely fun one. Now, I will change my thoughts on one thing in regards to this. I now believe it is harder than the first Hollow Knight. The content they introduce going through true ending, holy Toledo, that shit was unforgiving. So I do think Silksong is more difficult than the first Hollow Knight. I know difficulty has actually been like a huge discussion around this game. I'm really happy that they didn't shy away from the challenge and they made it like really tough, because it feels so fucking good. When you overcome the boss, when you overcome what was the big obstacle for you, it just feels so rewarding in Silksong. I think this game is so special. And for $20, I cannot
Oh, you're just
believe
talking about the
the
kids
game
you
you
have in
get at
school.
that price
That's
point.
what.
This is a
Those are those
fucking
kids
masterpiece
that are
by
good.
all
They
possible
No, some of these
definitions.
kids are
just
smart.
So,
enjoy it.
Yeah,
overall,
they're smart.
the games that have come
Like,
out
as
over the
much
last
as I
month,
talk
September
about
has been a
nonsense
slapper.
struggle,
Yeah.
And
like,
as of
no,
making this
there's some
video,
of these
another one is
kids,
dropping,
I'm like,
Hades 2.
Well,
wow.
it's just
I,
their
of
jam.
course, played
Some
the early
kid, it's
access,
been
so I already know this
manufactured
game
to
is a
such.
banger too.
That's all you
The
would
games we
argue.
are getting right
Like,
now are great.
it's
We
not
are
just
in
that they're
a
smart. It's
really
that they're
nice
smart at that.
period here of
Yeah.
They're
slapping
smart at
releases.
Pokemon
It's
games.
really nice. So I just wanted
But
to
some
drop
people
all
are
those
smart at
thoughts here
other
for you.
things. At
Yeah.
sports,
Anyway,
at
that's
social,
really about it. See ya.
So, but yeah, some people love what they used to call academics.
Oh no, this
Some
is
people
Deus
love
Ex
academics, dude.
Remastered. You know, ladies and gentlemen, there was a state of play yesterday. I'm gonna rip the band-aid off. I think most state of plays or,
Well, yeah, there's
Nintendo
people that
Directs or
play
Xbox
Pokemon
or whatever
games
the heck they call them,
voluntarily or
most of these
crossword
are a
puzzles.
nothing ever happened scenario. Okay,
That guy was
you
like,
know,
he
for
was like,
me,
yeah,
the
there was
older
pretty
I
good
get, the less I'm
puzzles and some
interested with like
stumped me.
E3
Like,
nonsense.
that was a
But
good thing. Like,
sometimes something
dude,
so
what the,
outlandish
what is
comes that
wrong
I
with
gotta
you
make a video
people?
about it. Okay,
Sydney
I
was doing,
really do. Now this is Deus Ex. Okay, now
and
Deus
I
Ex,
was never
it's a
good
game
at
that
it.
I
Yeah.
A
very
lot of
much I
different
hold near to
parts,
my heart. Okay,
and I
it's
don't
a
know if I
game
can
that every
describe it
time
right,
somebody mentions it,
but
you
it's
must
one of those
reinstall it. You
that
know
like
why?
you have to
Because it's
shift
one
the
of the best
squares
immersive sims. It's
to
one of the
like
best
make the picture complete.
Yeah.
Like you shift them around, you keep
Oh,
shifting them
isn't that
and keep.
Sudoku or what?
But
No,
no, that's
I know what you mean.
numbers.
No, I
But yeah,
never. Veronica liked those.
and like
Those little plastic ones, right?
yes, and
And
like
they can be tough,
and
dude.
they had one at the park, and like Sydney was like, "Mom, look at me," and then like I walked over, I was like, "Oh, bro, this is not my jam." I was like, "No, I did not do these well. Like I always could get almost a picture, but then there was always this part I couldn't figure out the
Yeah,
puzzle part of it,
yeah.
like and so
I remember.
anyways, it's like no,
I
that's not
remember
my
tripping out when
jam.
the kids could do the Rubik's cube.
Uh-huh.
So I even got a little like not sensitive. I was like, damn, my kids might be smarter.
Yeah.
Because I could never do the Rubik's
And
cube.
that was Sis mainly.
Yeah.
Sis figured it out. She figured out the algorithm.
Yep, it just wasn't my thing, dude.
Yeah. And I never could do I never did it's those puzzles
That
that
same, I don't like those puzzles. We're doing.
that's why I never tested into gifted and talented
No,
because that's
no.
the kind of thing they're looking for,
Yep.
and that was never my thing.
People who enjoy doing
Yeah,
that shit.
I was good at school. It
But like I
was
said, I would trip out on people who like crossword puzzles.
and see that was my mom.
You
My
know,
mom
what
loved
the
those.
fuck? Yeah.
But no, that was it. Like, yeah. No, I could never do the Rubik's
Yep,
Cube.
yeah.
But no, that was
Remember riddles even? People like trying to figure out
yeah.
riddles and yeah.
And that was never that
That
puzzle
was never
thing.
my jam
And
either.
I liked some puzzles, like jigsaw puzzles were cool.
Uh-huh.
There were certain ones that I didn't mind, but like
You know, jigsaw puzzle's not really a puzzle though.
yeah, it's like
That's
it's
an
different.
assembly thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Organized. You're
Uh-huh.
organized sorting.
And
You're sorting.
and
Yeah.
it's a picture too anyways.
Yeah,
It's just not and so but yeah, I just never got I just couldn't figure out those other things. That wasn't I was like, yeah, this is why I was never different because this kind of shit just busts my brain.
Not fun. Don't want to do it.
No, like
No, that's yeah, not fun. Don't want to do it.
tried it for 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Can't figure it out.
Figure it out.
I'm good. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, where there's some people they only
No,
get more
they
motivated.
uh-huh.
And I'm like, no. And there's a difference between mine was always like with painting or when you're doing something in the natural world and
Yeah.
it's a real world puzzle. I get it. Like wanting
No,
to
yeah.
fix that shit. You
That
gotta fix it. How are we
to
gonna
me
do it?
that feels different.
That's no
Yeah.
that but when you know it's a man-made puzzle, I
Yeah.
just never had tolerance for that.
Uh-huh. I was like, but yeah, I was like, I can get off on the real puzzles.
Yeah, that's
Or
a
like
real
the army, like can we figure out
Uh-huh.
how can we do
Make this work.
Can we make this
Yeah.
work? And that was actually fun and enjoyable.
But there was something about it, especially once I got older, and like with video games, where I know this is just a
Man-made.
man-made puzzle.
Yeah.
I'm just not into it, man.
Uh-huh.
And some people love them.
No, they
love them.
do.
Yeah.
And some people are very good at them,
Yeah.
like without a doubt.
Oh my God, kill you all dead.
Mm-hmm. No, because it's not my jam. It's not my jam, man.
Foreigner people.
But yeah.
I didn't go line those kids out. So.
I like how they used to commas in random places. Yeah, like once it gets to be like so many zeros, like the millions, whatever, like some of them just start throwing commas. They're like, comma, comma, comma. I'm like, you know that doesn't even look like a real number, right? I was like, I know you know that. You're like, when have you ever seen a number like that? You motherfucker.
But yeah, you know, when I really think about it, I don't want to think about it because it's like Walmart. No, it gives me an existential crisis. Like, we should be so much further on education.
Oh.
But as far as making it more fun
Mm,
and interactive and not, I'm not talking fun, but like Oregon Trail was fun, dude. Carmen, San Diego was fun.
mm-hmm.
Like, and I get they have to be tested and they have to be but like, no, dude, we should be so much further.
Yeah.
Like, even on paper, you're grading on paper, dude. It's 2025 and you're grading
Mhm.
on paper with an ink pen because it's faster
Yeah.
and it's more efficient.
Yes.
It's more economic.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not how it should be. What the fuck is happening,
Yeah.
dude?
No, Mr. Babcock's still so frustrated.
Like, no, you can't. It's
Digital
not where I tried it.
graders.
When I try to listen to music or whenever you try to use technology, it just ends up not
Uh-huh.
being fucking worth it.
And I've really tried, especially this year, because we have like so many kids. So a digital grading system would be great. And I have tried to move to it, but like it just still
Well, not
comes.
just that, them working on on a tablet with the stylus or
Uh-huh.
not even the software that interacts with that. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
sitting in front of a laptop and watching a video or clicking a multiple choice. It's literally blended reality classroom.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds stupid, but no, we should be a lot further than we are.
But we're not.
These kids fucking play for hours and hours to fill a bar, dude.
Mm-hmm. Look at Sydney with her little hearts and
And you're telling me you
all
can't
the
harness
fucking-
that in any way
Mhm.
for education purposes. I find that difficult to believe.
Yeah.
So we don't even have computers in classrooms anymore, dude. We have the computer lab.
Yeah.
And I know it's
We
getting
have
better.
Chromebooks now.
It's getting better, I know.
It's like our kids, like, as I was saying, this year I've used it a lot more because I'm trying my best to use the digital grader because this is 60 kids.
Yep.
Like, this takes a lot of time, but I can't do homework digitally. Like, that's not going to work.
Yep. Well, that's for me. They should.
They
Should be able to
should.
do homework on their tablet
I know, they should, but.
or their Chromebooks. Are their Chromebooks touch sensitive?
Mhm.
That's why you need a tablet. You need something you can write on.
See, like, Grass Lake let them take their tablets home.
Yeah.
Like, that's the deal with us. Like, the Chromebooks don't go home.
Yeah.
Can't go home. We'll never see them again.
Uh-huh.
So, like, I don't
Well,
know
you
how
got to fix that, dude.
Yeah,
They've got to
then
be cheap enough, dude, to
then
where.
that's a family community
Uh-huh.
thing, too. Like,
I remember when books didn't go home.
yeah. No, those
But
books didn't go home.
but eventually, no, books do go home now. You have to.
I don't send my books home because they never come back.
Do you not?
No, they never come back. It went to mom's house, it went to dad's
Yeah,
house,
grandpa.
and then we have no books. Like, no, the books
Diesel,
can't go
man.
home still. They can't go home.
Dude,
They don't come back.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Hey, over here. Come on, keep up.
You should have seen what the.
Babies, you got 15 minutes.
No, You gotta read to him. Then.
Come on, man, keep up.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
If you couldn't.
I'm not.
Wouldn't.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
It sounds like you're trying to. I'm just trying to get this little pile.
We got a gang of crazy ass bitches in the house.
Yeah.
You coming over, homie?
I don't know, man. I had some plans tonight.
But we had a big disaster. I won't be rapping.
You got like.
Okay. I'm gonna come over right now then.
And it's time to read stories and books. Yeah, Sydney too. And then 10 minutes and we gotta go bed. We gotta read story. Okay. That's a lot of minutes.
How's it hanging, bro? What's happening, homeboy? Have you ever smelled a clogged toilet?
No, you can't believe what this game just did to
Take
me.
it
Dude.
easy.
Sorry,
Later, homie.
I know.
Don't push me.
That was cute.
Yeah. It's your man OG Loke in the house, baby. And I wanna drop it down for all my real gangster niggas. All my gangster bitches. Speaking about gangster, look at my man CJ right there. CJ, one up, nigga, one up.
Thought the motherfucking mic was broke.
Hey, what's up, homie?
What's up, Ryder?
See all the homies in the back, man, away from this whack music.
Man, I feel you.
It's no joke. I'm the man in the place. Punch you in the face. A gun in my waist. It's no, baby.
Damn, man, this lyrics is horrible.
That dude needs some work, man.
Hell shit.
What up, fellas?
Hey, what's up with you, baby?
So you back on the block, huh?
Hell yeah.
You a real killer, huh?
What he done that I ain't, huh?
Stall him out,
Hey,
nigga.
relax, man.
Hey, a baller's posse's about to run up. They're headed up here right now.
Looks like we backed them ballers against the wall, huh?
Hey, CJ, strap up. Grove Street. Damn, man. I'll go get us some more backup.
Okay, get some cars, block the road. The rest of y'all get heated. Pick your positions. Carl, get some cover. Jump on the food.
That motherfucker.
Huh.
Hey, look up. More of them on the bridge.
You want me to shoot you as well?
Carl, cover the alleyway. Behind us, CJ, behind us!
I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it.
You want this to get uglier?
I'm not gonna make it.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, baby.
Grove this king?
Man, I ain't never seen the ballers roll that deep before.
Yeah, they heard Carl Johnson was running with his brother
up, my girl?
again.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on, let's get back to the party.
Shit, man. Once Loke got off the mic, then the party got started.
I see them.
Dad missed it. I tell them, Mom.
Oh, they lost their mittens.
So the tell them, Mom. I did the mom said that has a pie.
Oh, no pie?
But
They
then
lost their mittens.
the mittens.
Oh, so they can't have any pie.
Yeah.
Out.
But now the cheese from the mittens. And the mom said it doesn't have the pie now.
Oh, good. Happy ending?
Because they found their mittens?
Yeah.
Now
Good.
they may have some pie.
Good kittens. So they put on their mittens and they ate up the pie, huh? I gotta go change my haircut.
Hey,
dude.
let me see your kicks.
Alright, baby, you gotta go lay down, baby. It's night time.
I'm about to lock up on this fool.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. Try on our range in the changing room.
And I need some tits.
Always a pleasure, sir.
I can't even masturbate anymore.
Thank you, sir.
Them white boys had me on crystal metal.
Try on anything you want, sir.
Funny, same difference.
Thank
Wrong
you,
button.
sir.
Conspiracy-laden games out there. You want to play a video game that makes you think about class wars and conspiratorial nut jobbery? It is this game, okay? Not only is it conspiracy-focused, it's just a good game, okay? It's not only a good game, but it's also a really old game. Now, we live in the day where games just keep getting remastered. But what if I showed you a remaster that is so dog shit that, how did it get approved? So anyways, yesterday at State of Play, Deus Ex Remastered got announced for the PlayStation 5, okay? Now we've seen a lot of impressive visuals with the PS5, okay? And for a game, when did Deus Ex release? For a game that released June 22nd, 2000, you would think that around 26 years later, 25 to 26 years later, they might just rebuild the fucker from ground up. Can it be better than a modding team? Well, let's actually watch the trailer. So here's the PlayStation starting. You've got the original visuals. Oh man, that's the remaster, boys. So you got
beer that brought the forest down.
We upgraded the visuals, Scotty, from 2000 to 2005. A legend returns. Yeah, I'm not gonna joke here, man. I mean, this looks rough.
I think
you can take a screenshot of this and go to r/GameDev and be like, "Hey guys, my first attempt at a level. Can somebody give me any recommendations?" And they all would fall for it. I mean, this is a 2026 era remake. I mean, look at the grass though. Look at the graphics. Look at the grass. It looks like dog shit. Look at the tiling. How's he holding his gun? Is JC loading hood.exe? Anyways, the further we go into it, Liberty Island has never looked so sloppy. You got VersaLife. You've got again the obscene shine. So here they show the actual comparisons, and
You know, here you got
Sincere, you
Paul.
gonna try to
Okay,
do the
Paul's looking
breaks?
at
I was
you.
gonna
You know, all
if-
2000 like.
If you're not gonna try to do the breaks,
Now
I
he
think
looks
we
like a
should
Doom
contact
3
Jim.
mod,
Uh-huh.
dude. You
Based
can't
on
make
what
this
I
up.
Only thing I'm
This
worried
looks
about,
like
I
a
can change
Doom
the pads.
3
I'm worried
mod.
about changing the rotors on
They
them.
are
They
now
can be really
selling
tough to
you,
get off
okay?
sometimes.
Do you
Now
wanna
again, before we
try?
go into this,
Yeah.
I know for people who are like, you know, we haven't gotten anything Deus Ex, we really haven't gotten anything Deus Ex related since Mankind Divided. Ever since Embracer Group, you know, took this IP and basically threw it into fucking cold storage. What's shocking to me is that now they've tried to resurrect this and release this remake, but the remake is so dog shit looking that obviously I don't recommend anybody buy this, okay? There's better options. You know, if you want to play this game, I swear to God, they are selling it right now for 35 Canadian dollars. And you might be like, Moody, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Look at the screenshots, brother. Look at the screenshots here. Look at this. It looks like ass. It looks like somebody's first attempt at a Unity project. I mean, I'm looking at the before and after. Dog, the before looks better than the after. I'm sorry to say. All right? You know, you go down, look at this. Look at the amount of sheen that's going on. It is absolutely... It almost feels like I'm looking at something AI upscaled, okay? Of course, looking at even the user interface, like even this... You know, I don't want to go into the soul versus soulless debate, but even the user interface looks like ass, okay? I mean, what is this? What is any of this, man? Look at this. Is a scene where you're supposed to free Gunther, and they lit it up like a fucking Christmas tree, okay? They lit it up like a Dutch brothel, Sam. What are we doing here? What's going on? And of course, nothing hurts me harder than this first scene right over here. This is the before, and somehow the after just... I mean, god damn! His fingers are fusing into the code. This is a screenshot, by the way. You gotta make these screenshots, okay? You gotta fucking edit them together. You gotta use the line in the middle to separate your comparisons. You know, cut the poo in half. Then you have to upload this shit. They felt proud of this enough to put it into the Steam screenshots, and that is why I'm making fun of it.
Just getting
Guys,
quotes for
it's a
part,
$35
right? And that's all of it.
By Aspire. You should
That's
never aspire to purchase
four
this.
sets of pads.
Let me tell you the cheaper way of getting this, okay? Go to Steam, look up Deus Ex, or in fact, if you can go to GOG, do that instead. Go buy, I'm not joking with you,
there's a quality
Deus Ex, the original, which is right here, Game of the Year, $1.25 Canadian.
That's probably
That
what
is
she's
converted
doing. I'm
to
not
less
sure, but
than
I would
$1
guess.
for you Americans out there, okay?
And each
Less
store
than
may only have
$1
certain
you can buy the
rainbows
original game. And then there is a mod called Deus Ex Revision, which is free, okay? Free, meaning you can download this for free. And it comes with all the like AI enhanced or like just enhanced,
Nice
like
piece
it's a
of
community
hoochie
mod, a community made mod that has made like visual upgrades, and you can disable all of the level changes and modifications, so you can play that original vanilla Deus Ex experience without paying $35 fucking dollars for the worst remaster that I've ever seen. And it kind of hurts because, you know, they're doing this to revive, like, any interest. It's like, ooh, could we make another day? Could we finally finish this Adam Jensen trilogy we left on hold for 8 years? And if nobody buys this, well, you know, obviously corporate gaming world overlords will look at this and be like, well, clearly no one's interested. Dog, no one's interested, okay, because you just released dog shit. I mean, let's go further into this trailer, okay? You've got more of these, like, lighting changes. You know, there's some reflection work going on. You've got Walter White over here, okay? He survived. He survived the ending of Breaking Bad. He's working in Majestic 12, okay? I mean, dude, you can't make this up. The AI looks like it's the exact same artificial intelligence. This is one of those games where they should have done, I'm not joking with you, like a System Shock ass, you know, full remake. You know, because it's just so old. You know, it's like System Shock 2 old. But they ended up farming this dog shit out to Aspire, which again, they literally could have picked any other studio. They could have went to Night Dive, okay? They just released System Shock 2 Enhanced Edition, which brought back some real classic old features, I believe, like multiplayer. They really actually put together a proper remaster. And it didn't have to look bad. You know, it just took the original style and kind of like, and kind of just made it work better on modern systems. That's it. And look, to look at more of the actual like footage over here, again, when they're showing it at state of play, literally everything is functionally the same in this game, except for, again, the upscaling work done onto this game. And look, this scene hits hard, okay? All of a sudden, you have this weirdly lit scene with the worst character models that I've actually ever seen upgraded. They probably should have just kept the original character models. Everything looks so unnecessarily bright. Hold on, I'm getting the call from Sony Legal, I think. New features for the PlayStation 5. Overhauled controls, enhanced... You know, I hate the use of the word enhanced visuals. That shit should be liable for a lawsuit. This is not enhanced. Okay, this looks like ass, all right? Even it's funny, look at the explosion. They didn't even modify the graphics for the explosion. The explosion alphas look the same, bro. It's like taking Metal Gear Solid 1 and fucking ruining it, dude. Jesus Christ. You know, when I saw this, I swear to God, nobody was more excited. I was like, oh my God, I get to play Deus Ex again with like super upgraded visuals.
What's up, girl?
And then I saw the developer Aspire, and then I just saw the trailer, and I'm like, all right, it's fucking Jover. You know, it's crazy to think that, like, when I look at what happened with this remake, you know, there's something known as the Deus Ex Echelon renderer, which is something they build off of something known as RTX Remix, which is NVIDIA's free tools for anybody to remaster like DX8, DX7, maybe DX9 era video games, so you can inject path tracing, AI upscaling, all of that shit to it. And in some cases, you know, people have taken games like Need for Speed Underground 2 and made pretty interesting remasters of them. You know, you can download this render and kind of get an experience for what this dog shit remaster is going to do. I mean, functionally speaking, what the community put together with free tools doesn't actually look all that different to whatever they're releasing on the PlayStation 5. I mean, I'll tell you one thing right now. Up to this point, probably the worst set of remasters I've probably seen have been like,
right, man. So I'll be seeing you about
you know,
half
the
an hour,
Grand Theft Auto trilogy, which, you know, art direction was a bit different. A lot of bugs were present, but at least I could tell that they kind of tried to modernize and make the game, you know, sort of playable for newer for a newer audience, right? Like, for a lot of people that couldn't deal with the intricacies of old school San Andreas, I'm not against you just firing up the definitive edition and playing through San Andreas with checkpoints and God knows what else. And now it's, I would say, decently patched. It's not perfect, but it's definitely better than day one. You know, we had Master Collection for Metal Gear Solid, which had a near and dear place to my heart, but even then, that remaster, it was mostly just, why not emulate the entire game and call it a day? Because it's basically what we got, substandard emulation.
Hey man, see you later.
But at least, you know, you got the game on a one-disc package that you can share with your friends or play by yourself just for convenience sake, okay? You know, it's like throwing a fucking frozen burger in a microwave and calling it a day. This, on the other hand, you're going to charge me $35 when I can get the original for less than the price of a fucking Tim Hortons coffee? Mod it for free within a minute, run that shit on my Steam Deck with a 7-hour battery life, enough to speed run through the entire game on one charge? And you're going to try selling that to me? I want you to understand, these guys want you to spend $35 on a game where they couldn't even take the texture work and align it properly. I mean, this is not how buttons are supposed to be placed. This is the level of quality we're expecting from the guys and gals over at Aspire. And if you think that this should be recommended, like, here's the thing, as a Deus Ex fan, you might as well not even fucking remake the game. Because I'll tell you something, if the sales are not good for this, and they probably may not be, okay, because let's be real, Deus Ex is the most popping franchise, and this isn't visually impressive enough, like if the normies are looking at this and having a giggle, the real fans are also having a pretty huge giggle and a facepalm as well. And if this doesn't sell, then immediately, I guarantee you, the next phrase is going to be, oh, well, nobody cares about Deus Ex. No, bro, it's because you're releasing fecal matter for us to buy, man. Come on. You're going to try selling that to the people, you know, who you want to bring in a Deus Ex. It would have been so sick. You know, I've always thought, man, maybe remake the original Deus Ex. Even a remastering of this game. They could have absolutely modernized it a little bit with some of the stuff from the Adam Jensen trilogy, okay? Some of those creature comforts that would have easily made the game better, okay? Hell, if you replace just a hacking minigame in the original, which was click a button, jerk off in a corner somewhere, with the one from the Adam Jensen trilogy where you're actually doing like this puzzle, that would have been awesome, okay? Alright? Having a cover system would have been awesome. Having an actual upgrade would have been awesome. No, for this price, you're better off buying other old remakes or remasters.
On the way up, man.
Games like System Shock 2 Remaster or System Shock 1 Remake, which is far more effort put into this project than anything I'm seeing Aspyr doing. It's such a shame that they didn't even hit a Blue Point, or they didn't even hit up like Night Dive Studios. Instead, they hit up the one slot-producing studio that literally is going to put Deus Ex into a dormant hibernation for the next 2 decades. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahar, and I feel like I'm yelling on behalf of all people that love Deus Ex. This is dog shit, and we should be calling it out as dog shit. Do not buy this, just buy the one for $1, okay? Literally, 95% cheaper than whatever this shit is. I am out.
Hello, I'm Sean Patrick Lovett. The ancient Romans had a word for everything. Or the words were in Latin, of course, but many of them still sound familiar, and their meaning continues to resonate with us today. Take Pontifex Maximus, for instance. It was the Romans' favorite title for their emperor. You can see the words in their abbreviated form, Pont Max, plastered all over the ruins in the Roman Forum. Stone carving was expensive even back then, and the ancient Romans were notoriously clever at cutting corners. But they took the meaning of the title quite literally. The emperor was the Maximus, or Major Pontifex, the bestest bridge builder, insofar as one of his main responsibilities was to keep bridges and roads in good repair. Not out of any sense of public piety, but because if there was trouble anywhere in the empire, he could unleash his legions and send them out over those well-kept bridges and roads to deal with it. Building bridges also meant staying connected with the farthest-flung corners of the largest empire in the history of the world. It meant keeping the lines of communication and trade open, a lot like today's internet digital highways. You get where I'm going with this by now, because you already know that the popes adopted the same title many centuries ago and made it their own. For a pope, being a Pontifex Maximus meant building bridges between earth and heaven. Nowadays, the title means so much more.
Hey, it's Denise.
When Pope Leo XIV stepped out onto the balcony overlooking St. Peter's Square for the first time, he used the bridge-building metaphor not once, but twice. He invited us to work together to build bridges through dialogue and encounter. Looking out onto St. Peter's Square, which isn't a square at all, but more like an embrace, the Pope said we need to build a church that is open to welcoming. It's becoming very clear that's exactly how Pope Leo XIV sees himself, as a bridge builder in a fractured and divided world, repairing relationships and bringing people together. What? It reminds me of this year's World Day of Communications message. That, too, emphasizes the power of building bridges in a world characterized by division. The message invites all of us to spread what it calls a culture of care, to build bridges and break down the visible and invisible barriers of the present time. Confidentially speaking, if you choose to take that invitation seriously, you could end up being a Pontifex.
Come on, don't make me go.
Watch it, okay?
I think I have to drive fast, but I can't. Wrecked and stuff. Probably should have taken her car.
better treat me with respect, fool.
Uh-huh, yeah.
This is great. You better treat me good.
Keep talking.
I want to open a beauty shop one day.
Oh, why?
Come on, man.
Better treat me good.
Dude, they make it fucking impossible. No, they make it impossible, dude. It's making it impossible to drive through the city.
Ain't it great round here, CJ?
No, they just throw cards at you, and the cards that you can't predict what the cards are going to do because they act so nonsensical. No, you just can't predict them, dude. And they make and then they stop right in the middle of the intersection, so you can't. What the fuck, dude?
Keep talking.
No, it's the whole town is full of suicidal drivers out trying to get themselves killed. It's weird. But just the tough, you can't predict it. You can't.
You been to Liberty, huh?
Oh, why?
You better not be in this part-time.
This is so interesting. I'm just gonna listen.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, watch it, homie. I ain't got no respect, CJ.
Keep talking.
Man, what does she want here, dude? The meter is just hovering here. If I just drive. I'm supposed to drive, I guess, and look at this meter, and then through that,
Maybe you need to take me to Liberty City.
Yeah, go on.
What she wants me to do. Okay, the meter's filling when I just kind of drive around. Okay, I guess I was driving too crazy.
I'm an excellent judge of character.
Yeah, this is really interesting.
Let's go blast on some fools.
Oh, for sure. You my kind of woman.
You take me home, lover man.
Guess you gotta drive.
I am completely worthless, don't you think?
Oh, why?
just a cheap fling.
This is so interesting. I'm just gonna listen.
How about a little coffee?
All right, let's have us some coffee.
I ain't insecure, but tell me I'm great.
My CJ.
Look out, idiot, move!
You need shit knocked into you? Grove Street OG coming through.
I need to find out what year it is.
Girl, what up, though?
Why my oi?
Have you seen some of the sex shop's lingerie?
I'd never.
Be safe, bitch. These fools out here are nutty.
Get off my corner, bitch.